Ruslan. King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan. King's Dream Entertainment.
Joshua the King came down and bore it all. Yeah, conversations front of the fireplace. All of my mistakes, how do I erase? Wanna operate at a higher pace. Birth pains causing the body to dilate. On a first name basis with the worst pain facing. Moments in isolation. See, I was hoping I would do this to get more family time. A busy mind and worried heart, is this not where I reside? I subscribed that all that traveling wasn't doing well for my soul. Glad I never made it when my name went through the rumor mill. I suppose that the Lord knows I'd have failed. Instead I'm doing well at home, out my shell. Good book off the shelf, more dubs off the L's. I told Ray they ain't just gon' know us, they gon' know us well. Happy to have failed my way to success. With my family by my side, Lord knows what's next. Joshua the King came down and bore it all. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. But I know what's off, never noticed y'all. Hit a protocol, need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, I need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, we need an overhaul. Joshua the King came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. Joshua the King came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. All that drama and hysteria should die down. If there's nothing nice to say, then baby, pipe down. Life is too short to try and pay the price now. I was walking on water and then I wiped out. So this is for the restoration of every family member that's estranged. I know you're facing the same asymptomatic patient, different virus. Hard to tell somebody they sick when they only deny it. And you confide in something personal, but they think you lying. With friends like these who need enemies, I wish I was lying. Nevertheless, I wanna be more and you less trying. Until the Lord comes back and takes his people back to Zion. Yeah. Joshua the King came down and bore it all. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. But I know what's off, never noticed y'all. Hit a protocol.
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for Fan Love Friday. Appreciate everybody who is here in the live stream. Hey, if you're watching this live, don't play yourself. Give this video a quick thumbs up. It costs you nothing and it really does help with the YouTube algorithm. So there's 43 of y'all watching. Do me a solid, excuse me. Click out, give this video a thumbs up, and you'll notice the numbers just go up. YouTube don't always be sending the notifications. And so the more people in here, the more people get exposed to the music, the more people get exposed to each other's music, and the more eyeballs and earballs you get on your music if you're submitting tonight. If you want to submit tonight, the link is pinned up. It is for our $17 tier on Patreon. At $17 a month, you get weekly submissions for that, and you get access to the Zoom call. So, again, if you're watching this live, let me know where you're watching this from. I'll do a couple quick shout outs to get it going. It's 5:30 Cali time right now. I am going to try and be done by 7:30 so I can make bedtime. That would be amazing if I could do that. So if you can, let me know where you're watching this from. Give this video a thumbs up. To give this video a thumbs up, you just got to click out of the chat and hit us with the thumbs up button. And if you're new, consider subscribing. That helps us out a ton. So we got Valid Core from North Carolina, Britt Grin from Dallas, Caleb Nail from Fresno. My man Just Ray said he just shared this. Appreciate you, brother. We got McCoy from Salisbury, Maryland, Jessica from Bakersfield, Cali in the house, Aaron Rondo from Texas, Nathaniel from Northern California, Shonda from, she's 51. She wanted to let us know she was 51. Hey, Shonda, everybody's welcome here, and you're from Charlottesville, VA. I've actually been there before. Beautiful part. Omar Barr, Montreal. What's up, boss? Glad you're here. Tobias from Virginia. Kyra, I think I said that right. Kyra from Atlanta, Georgia. Brian, of course, from South Carolina. Aaron from Texas. Dayton from Belize. We international. Isaac from Idaho. Stunya from UK. Quayshawn from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. James from Ratchet City, aka Shreveport, Louisiana. Guyana's Andre from Guyana. Jocelyn, what up, Jocelyn? Provisionist Christian, what up? I see you change your channel name, boss. I see you, Kevlar. VA. Dubin from Columbus, Ohio. Greg from Tennessee. Jocelyn from Connecticut. Alex from ATL, Ohio. I don't know how you say your name. Etwin. El Maxine from Sakistan. I don't know how you say that. The Black Sheep. Look forward to these. Hey, man. I'll look forward to you looking forward to these. So, guys, it's about that time. We're going to jump right into it. We're going in the order that is submitted on Patreon. So if you submitted on Patreon, that is the order that we're going in. If you're in the Zoom call, you don't need to be here for the whole call. I am not trying to hold anybody hostage. What that means is if you submitted and your submissions at the very end, there's 30 submissions tonight. If your submission's at the very end, you might want to just pull up a little later when it's your time. So just to be fair to your time and my time and everybody's time, we're going to jump into it. We got my man Be Nice with a brand new joint called Haglar, and we're going to jump right into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Times like this been the hardest. Clockwork just getting started. Been punched in from the jump like Marvin. I am so marvelous with all this confidence. And I have no problem letting these hands tell you what time it is. I think apologies are in order. You getting more than you bargained for. Game is always like the honor roll. Hey, came to me Jackson. Ready for action. Big stage like the Final Four. Never saw it coming. And it stayed a shot like in Wichita. Now all of my rhymes get flagged for targeting because I hit them hard. They ask me how because they want to know I make it look easy. Make it look easy. Ride with slide as high as it go. They wouldn't believe me. Wouldn't believe me, yo. Like a college coach on signing day. I stay with the facts. I bring a fire with multiple strikes, but far from a match. Don't get attached. Why? Because I'm on a full level, got a full bank. Riding around with a full tank. Big dogs never pull rank. Rise up and you'll get blanked. That's just something to know. Yeah. This isn't all for a show like Bombay and D2. Eventually got all my ducks in a row. Times like this been the hardest. Clockwork just getting started. Been punched in from the jump like Marvin. I am so marvelous with all this confidence. And I have no problem letting these hands tell you what time it is. I think apologies are in order. You getting more than you bargained for. Sign of the times, the language that most understand. It's less about voice and more of a choice to do most of talking with hands. Run the fade like a mismatch on the goal line. Run like Neon Dion, we always a threat on both sides. So don't try to haggle with haggler. That is a hazardous move. Don't try to have an excuse. You'll be on Shaq in a fool. When you move up to the major league, either pay attention or pay a fee. Cause everyone's got room to grow. All of the highs and all of the lows. Have me next with the range. Feel like there's ice in my veins. Like I was George Gervin or D-Lo. Or Chuck Liddell beating Tito. Or Nuke Hopkins on a jump ball. While singer cover, that's money. Not here to take part, I'm here to take over. Can't say that I never told you. Times like this been the hardest. Clockwork just getting started. Been punched in from the jump like Marvin. I am so marvelous with all this confidence. And I have no problem letting these hands tell you what time it is. I think apologies are in order. You getting more than you bargained for.
Yo, as you guys notice, we start out with a pretty strong song. Usually it's just kind of the way it works out, man. So Be Nice. I like that record. I thought that you got some really clever lines about, letting them hands talk, and it's like, I like the energy.
Yeah, I tried going the entire song using a whole lot of metaphors and like wordplay to like different uses of hands. So there's some fight references, there's some, catches, Nuke Hopkins, there's some different stuff like that. But then also time, prime time, a lot of stuff in there. So but it's funny. One of the things you've given me critique about is my songs being too long.
Yep.
And I finally think I figured out the formula The Baby, I think, and Jack Harlow, I saw somebody else in the comment mention this, literally will do like 12 bar verses. We'll do like a hook, verse, and a hook, and it's all 2 minutes. And I'm like, how do y'all do that? But it's shorter. So I tried something new, and I'm glad that this worked out.
What Be Nice is saying is that songs are getting shorter and shorter and shorter because y'all attention span is getting shorter in TikTok generation.
Yeah.
So artists got to accommodate this shortness of songs, to be clear. And so, yeah, I think you're totally spot on. Yeah, man, I messed with the record. I really just wanted to hear the hook one more time. Like, I felt like some of the second verse maybe could have been trimmed and you could have brought me to the hook one more time. But it's really me being nitpicky. I think it's a fire record. I think you did a killer job on it. And yeah, man, I think it's dope. I think it's really dope.
Appreciate it. It was actually, so this one was mastered by Conscience, which, side note, just a quick plug to the community. Like, I got connected with Con through this group, and I think I've had songs mastered by people before, but I think one of the cool things about this is we've gone back and forth, and it's not just like he's just trying to get a check. He's literally walked me through like the process of like what he's having to go through and what he's listening for. And I've grown a lot just in putting together this project. I am still putting together the project, but Conscience has been really helpful. So shout out to the community, the Patreon.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, this where y'all want to be at. If y'all ain't part of the community, you should definitely do that. Hold on, I'm having some issues with my little macros. I was trying to get fancy with it, but it did not work out. But that's okay. All right, we back. Let's see, go back to this screen. Yo, we got a couple folks that just joined. All right, thank you, brother. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro, and I appreciate you connecting with Conscience. And obviously, Conscience is a fire engineer and mixer in his own right. So, very cool. All right, we got Rome. We're gonna put this up and jump into his record. What's good? Back at it with Gladiator, a track I'm seeking to pitch for sync licensing. Heck yeah. Very smart on your part.
Never shine, I just radiate. Heat the drive like a radiator. On fight, I just gladiate. I'ma die like a gladiator. Yeah, gladiator. 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 I'm a gladiator. On fight, I just gladiate. I'ma die like a gladiator. Yeah, I don't know the trenches, this a coliseum. Devil talking beef, if he need it, coliseum. Bring it up, my people, keep it filled, it's undefeated. Leaping over, no retreating, nothing sweet, the room get heated. You better mean it, this ain't nothing like a misdemeanor. I'm my grandma, will I mean it, I ain't never leaving. See, since 10 years, ain't a better reason. Take a beating, blind bleeding for the people he redeeming. I ain't never seen a demon that ain't fleeing when you screaming out the name. They ain't nothing but believing when I meet it every season. When I eat it, then proceed to gladiate. Let's go. Yeah, never shine, I just radiate. Heat the drive like a radiator. On fight, I just gladiate. I'ma die like a gladiator. 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 I'm a gladiator. On fight, I just gladiate.
Yo, Rome, great submission, man. I think this, with a lot of the other stuff, is really just mixing that polished, finished, mixed sound. You got the records, man, but this is one of the now I got my speakers up. Like, the mix is pretty rough on this, but you're doing your thing on this. So if I'm you, I'm either finding a template, an engineer that can make me a template, or someone I could work with regularly, because you have a lot of layers to it. And those need pitch correction. And so it just sounds real raw and rough. And if you want sync licenses, you can't cut corners on the mixes. Like, the mixes gotta be polished.
Yeah, I actually haven't had it mixed yet by my engineer. So it was really just more so like the songwriting.
Yeah, songwriting is fire. Yeah. I like that you're thinking about all of this as you're writing the song. That's really dope. Like, that's really smart that you're considering this type of stuff as you're creating the record. Sync licensing, how could this fit, right? if there is a movie coming out about gladiators, now you got a song about it, right? So I think it's very, very sharp on your part. Yeah, I would just say just make sure the mix, whoever mixes it, just make sure that mix is big and get them vocals pitch corrected.
All right,
Not auto-tune. Those don't need auto-tune. Those need pitch correction. So like Melodyne, flex pitch correction.
Yeah, he used that.
Yeah, not auto-tune. Because sometimes cats would go auto-tune and not, you know, it just won't sound right. So yeah, man, great stuff, brother.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate it. You feel me? Trying to get it pitched out. I see it in the trailer and all that. So
I'm with you, man. I'm standing in agreement with you, brother. That's the homie Rome coming with it. Rome Herbert. We got next. We got Kwame. I'm gonna pin him up here in just a second. If you're watching this live, guys, do me a solid and give this video a quick thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. Guys, please keep yourself muted, like, because there's like background noise and it sounds wild on YouTube and in my headphones. So do me that favor, please. And we got Kwame. I'm gonna mute you, Kwame, until we start your song, okay? So after your song. Okay. Woo! That guitar is money. There we go. That vocal sample. Yeah, man. Okay. I see you with the low pass. Come on. Kwame, my man. Yo, you killed that joint, bro. Yo, that's a lot of growth. I hear you implementing a vocal sample that's big. The low pass, which you've been doing and implementing more and more, that's also a good look. Here's my only advice on this, bro. I would rearrange it. Excuse me. I would start with the vocal sample. I would start it with the vocal sample and let it build in and drop into this. Because I think that vocal sample, you got it so tucked that I think if you had it more present, it would actually make it a vibe.
All right.
Yeah, try that. Try literally just starting it with the vocal sample and then build it. And then it drops into this whole feel good vibe. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Because that vocal is a nice juxtaposition. It's like dark and gritty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go, brother. Your internet is mad unstable, but I appreciate you, fam.
All right, man.
That's Kwame, ladies and gentlemen. My brother produces and plays guitar very well. So shout out to him. He's been coming with it and he's been growing, which is always refreshing to see. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we got Troy, unfinished rough mix. Vocals end around the vocals end around 155. Okay, so started at the beginning. Usually people don't tell me when the vocals end. Okay, word up. I got you covered, Troy. Thank you for being here, boss. Here we go. Okay.
Hey, killing every beat, I'm a little remorseful. Gotta tap in like I'm running in
Okay.
Flow too nice, but the boy not cordial. Blood on my hand, if I don't talk about the Lord, though. Got the word on me, that's right on my torso. Studio looking like a blacked out war room. Grandpa petted on lock in the Volvo. When the beat drop, make a pop like Orville. Yeah, back to the basics. Red pill can't go back to the matrix. Back in the day when I rapped in the basement, they laughed in my face when I asked for a placement. So I said bet like Black Entertainment and went Batman right back to the cave. And I came back stacked like Shaq with the Lakers. You headline rap, I'll cap for the paper. You can see the light all in my eyes now. I can never ever let it die out. Oh, they looking at me, they surprised now. Don't know what to tell them, I'm alive. I'm feeling right, moving at the speed of light. I see the signs, gotta put my feel behind me. Driving in the night with high beams, leaning on the light that got me. They looking at me, they surprised now. Don't know what to tell them, I'm alive now. You can see the light all in my eyes now. I can never ever let it die out. I know I got an enemy that wanna see the enemy, but I can never let it be developing the pedigree. No matter what they telling me, they'll never get ahead of me. The pedal to the metal when they moving like a centipede, accelerating every time I hit another level. They telling me eventually I'm gonna have to settle, but I never will. I'm running like a rebel till they throw me in the federal, writing back in the letter and telling me it was inevitable. Yeah, back to the basics, back in the lab, on a rap to be famous. Even if I never get a track on the playlist, we'll step back, probably put you flat on the pavement. You can get a pat on the back for a payment, but when you got faith, you don't ask for a favor. Never been a lack when the passion is aim. I don't wanna make it last, so I'm basking this greatness. I'm feeling right, moving at the speed of light. I see the signs, gotta put my feel behind me. Driving in the night with high beams, leaning on the light that got me.
Yeah. Yo, I really like this record. I really like you on this record. I think the dope part about what this is just like the double time is so clean. It's such a fun thing to do. There's already a plethora of other artists like this. So in terms of trying to find your tribe, there's already a ton of guys who make this kind of music, and a ton of really talented white dudes that make this kind of music. So it's not like you're just, you're no man's land. You can find an audience and plug in rather quickly, I think, with this style. I mean, anyone from Andy Mineo to I'm forgetting his name. Logic too, but there's the other guy. What is his name? He raps really good. He has one of those Reason. Is it Reason? No, it's not Reason. NF, yes, NF too. Gosh, I'm thinking I cannot remember his name. This is gonna bug me. Hold on, I gotta get it. Someone help me out. Not Jack Harlow. He's like an internet rapper, and he's a white dude, and he's super dope, and he's always going viral. Not Dayton. Oh gosh, what is his name? Relic. I think his name is Relic. Right? Rapper. Token. I was close.
Token, yeah.
I said Relic.
Dope.
Yeah. So similar vibes. Yeah. So my only issue I think with this is obviously it's a rough mix. I think you overwrote the hook. I think there's too much going on in the hook. There's a lot of changes and too many things happening. I think you need to find the best line from that hook and just repeat that best line from that hook. It might be the last line. It might be one of the middle. Like, think of what line makes the most sense for people to rap along to, and just get there. Because all of the just like the melody and the chanting and the call and response, there's a whole lot going on. You want people walking away singing the song with you. You want people walking away excited and then like, oh, I gotta run that back because that joint was so dope and it's stuck in their head. Right? What do we do in a song? It's stuck in our head. We run it back. We want to go back and listen to it. So that's what you want to do with that. And it doesn't have to be super duper melodic. If you're naturally not a melodic guy, you don't got to do a bunch of melodic stuff. Like, you can literally find just a good line. You know, one of the dopest hooks is "Coming In Hot" by Andy Mineo. You know, I'm coming in hot.
Yeah.
Coming in hot. You know what I'm saying? And then there's like a pre-chorus. I don't do the most, but I do a lot. We gonna make it shows because we know a lot.
Right.
No big. And notice they're using the beat to write the hook for them. That's another thing people don't do, is they don't pay attention and let the song write itself, right? So less is more with hooks, Troy. You body in these verses, I would literally be thinking, what's the most clever bar from this? And can I just make that a hook? You know what I mean? What's the most clever bar from this? And like, what's the best punchline? What's the best one-liner? And boom, just Just say that phrase over and over, you know?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna do that better instead of like trying to do this like whole melodic auto-tune. I don't say you're trying to do this melodic auto-tune, but it's like you're trying to write this like really complicated hook, and I think you're trying too hard on the hook. You just need to just write it, bro, because you're nice. Like, you can rap really well. This stuff is gonna be super impressive on TikTok, super impressive at an open mic, super impressive at a live show. Just be yourself, bro. Just be yourself. Have fun. Don't overthink the hooks. And I say this because I find this attribute in myself. I overthink the hooks and I try to do all too much. And it's like, nah, man. Like, what's that phrase that you heard? What's that phrase that you heard going around town or amongst your friend group? And can you work that into a hook? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I received that, man, for sure. I think naturally I'm a writer. You know, I love bars and punchlines. And actually, I usually don't even mess with this kind of tempo. I usually don't even go double time. So that was fun to do that.
Oh, no, go double time, Troy. A lot.
Yeah.
This is a great lane. Like, again, great lane, artist already doing it, running ads for Facebook, Instagram, shoot.
Yeah.
Just doing a ton of covers. Like, you could literally just go run the NF instrumentals and go run the token instrumentals on YouTube, rap over them, and then tag their song on TikTok, but use your original audio. People are going to be searching for their songs and find you doing covers of their songs. I mean, dude, the options are limitless because you do this very well. So I think you should really consider doing this more. And again, the hook part should be the easier part. What you're doing technically is the hard part. The rapping you're doing. So the hook part should almost be like a release. It should be like, man, I wrote this fire verse. I'm just gonna have fun on this hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're not deliberate, you're not intentional, and you're not crafting it, but it does mean that you're not just overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. I think you bodied this. I'm super excited to hear more stuff from you. Killer job, bro. Killer job.
Man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's Troy, ladies and gentlemen. Capital Troy, all capitals. Drop your handle in the chat if you could, boss.
Yeah, I'll drop my ad.
Okay,
so it's Troy Bjorklund on like all socials. It's my last name, but I'll drop. It's hard to spell, man. I can't even spell sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'll drop it for you guys in the YouTube chat.
Perfect. Yeah, do that for me. All right, guys. We're gonna keep this thing moving. Let's see. We got New Mommy. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. It's very generous of you. Really appreciate that. Okay, so OK Hip Hop's not here. Bartholomew Jones is not here. Beam is here. I'm gonna pin you up here in just a sec, boss. Please keep yourself muted if you could. Better Days featuring Ryan Cole just released a new single. Dope. Here we go. Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, my quest for joy is something that's incomplete. Using it as a light when the future is looking bleak. Cause 2020 be leaving people disheveled. Broke us down to an intermolecular level. Interrogated dilemmas up in my mind stream. Reconfigured them as I implemented my rhyme scheme. Turn the pain into melodies for hope. Identifying the struggles, I bury them out of scope. But regardless, I'm looking for better days. Reaching for something solid to keep me up out this haze. But the grip is kinda slick. Looking for something immutable. Contemplating purpose while posted up in my cubicle. The truth is, it's easier said than done. Cause these days, society's grooming us to be numb. Intercepting our vision and keeping us in this haze. Pursuing the silver lining while hoping for better days.
That hook is dope.
Reminiscing on good times, kicking with friends, the barbecues and good vibes. That was the way of life, but it morphed into memories. With minimal tribulations, it was elementary. Thinking the once was will morph you to stone. It'll make you reluctant to navigate the unknown. But taking a leap of faith, in this case it's instrumental. Letting the gravity.
Yo, bro, dope record. So here's my thoughts on this record. The overall record is solid. The beat is good. You got good beat selection. You picked whoever you picked to do that hook for you. You picked a good hook. Some of the mixing could have used work, but it wasn't really that much It wasn't really that much of a issue in my opinion. Like I think it was fine. What I think this needed is a more dynamic vocal take. You're very much so in your pocket, and I think you needed to kind of mix it up a little bit. And this is what I mean. You're rapping and you're like and you just kind of stayed there. Like it was kind of the same flow, the same cadence, the same tone. Even if it sounded like maybe you were reading, like you didn't really know the verse, like you were under the gun in the studio, like you were trying to rush through the takes. And so I think, and even if you follow that cadence, you know what I mean? And it just needs dynamic, because again, we're in an era where attention spans are short. People are trying to keep it pushing, especially if you want to have an audience that's under 30, which is the majority of music consumers. You got to mix it up a bit, you know? And so I would recommend, one, don't ever read your raps. Like everybody, if you're a rapper, singers, stop reading your raps. Like throw away your notepads, stop reading your raps. Two, you need to stop one-taking stuff. If you're one-taking stuff, that's a no-no. Nobody one-takes no more. Like that's just a dead thing. You know what I'm saying? Punch as often as you can. Pay attention to detail that every single word, every single tone, every single bar should sound like you're pouring your heart into the record. And I think if you try those two things, not reading, punching a lot more, and being attentive to your tone, you have a dope voice. So it's not like your voice is right. You got a really good tone and a really good voice, but it just sounds like either you're uncomfortable recording, or you just learn to record yourself, or the other extreme is you're in a studio and you're on somebody else's time and you feel rushed to get this out without really sitting through and like getting it perfected. So I would just say take your time on the takes. The writing on this was fine. What you were saying was fine. The cadences were fine. But I think you could have done a little bit more to really pour yourself into it. And just think of music like dialogue, right? Like when we speak and if I'm like trying to make a point, I'm slowing down my tone and I'm really trying to, you see how my tone changes, but the rhythm changes, right? So I'm not just talking at you like this the whole time because the conversation's going and I'm going out of my, like, it just becomes monotonous. And so that will be my advice to you, bro. All in all, the aesthetic, this artwork, I like it. I like all of it. But I think you can do better. Like, I think you have way more in you, and you just need a little direction in that regard. And so if I could offer you that, man, I'm extremely grateful for that. But great job, bro. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Thanks for the feedback.
How do you say your name again, boss?
Dubem.
Dubem. I always say Dubem. Dubem.
Nah, it's all good.
Bro, thank you so much, man. I like this record, though, man. All right, guys, we're going to keep this thing moving. I got Just Raised, and then right after Just Raised, I got Leland Philpott. And then again, if you submitted earlier and I skipped you, you guys need to let me know. I'm going to jump into Just Raised.
I think for me, hey, Ruslan, use the second link I sent.
Yeah, I did. I got the second link. Yep, Ways 4B. Yep, I'm on it. Here we go.
Yeah, I never had a trial I ain't get through. And when I'm in a storm, I just think about the Lord. I remember this is son that he slept through. Look, I won't put my faith in a president. They ain't about to take me out my element. So whether it's the donkey or the elephant, I put it in his hand. I'll be waiting for the lamb, cause he be making ways for me. He do it every day, brother, faithfully. We all gotta pee, and so basically, if we disagree, brother, pray for. I'll be praying, trying to be the salt Himalayan. Wanna thank God in the AM, wanna thank God in the PM. Although I don't see him, I still see him, you know, cause he be making ways. He be making ways. No ways. Always making ways out of no way. No way. No way. Ways out of no way. No way. Ways out of no way. He be making ways. He be making ways. Always making ways out of no way. No way, ways out of no way. No way, ways out of no way. No way, ways out of no way. He be making ways.
Hurt feelings had me living on my element. Everything I was doing for my detriment. Left me feeling abandoned and desolate. I was grinding the guy like, where you at though? Took so many L's, I ain't trying to run it back. So you see me struggling, but you turn your back for. Never realized I'm the one that climbed out the back door. Make ways for me. What made you wait so patiently. Since your love to perfect in me, restoring my soul, filling vacancies. Oh yeah. Said you never leave nor forsake. When I'm bleeding my case, you just lead in my place. Though I'm keen for mistakes, I'm free by your grace, making all things right together, flipping crooked bad straight line.
Hold on. We gotta run that cadence back. That's insane. We gotta run that back. Hold on. Bomb drops. This man, hold up.
Restoring my soul, filling vacancies. Oh yeah. Said you never leave nor forsake. When I'm bleeding my case, you just lead in my place. Though I'm keen for mistakes, I'm free by your grace, making all things work together, flipping crooked bad straight line.
Woo!
You're the same G, that flip water to wine. Same one, told us don't be quiet. Same one, that gave sight to the blind. Same one, they hit the water in stride. So tell me what I'm down for. When I know you amount to more than everything I counted for. And I know my mistakes don't make me. My identity is rooted in the one who shaped me. I'm about to name shadow sleep and save me.
Come on.
He be making ways, where there are no ways. Always making ways out of no way. No way. Ways out of no way. No way. Ways out of no way. He be making ways. He be making ways, where there are no ways. Always making ways out of no way. No way. Ways out of no way. No way. Ways out of no way.
Come on.
No way. Ways out of no way. He be making ways.
Wow. Bro. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Bro, okay. This man. Okay, you've always been dope, bro, but you're literally like, it's like the transfiguration of like Just Raised. Like you went from being like, yo, he dope and he make wavy music to like, yo, that might have been one of the best songs I've ever heard on this stream. And there's been some amazing songs on this stream. But that was incredible. It was literally like everything you could do in a song, you did perfectly in the song. Like the right feature, the right content, the perfect hook, the right beat, the right cadences. Like, there's nothing that could have made that song any better. You know what I'm saying? Like, that joint is insane, bro. That straight up, like, that's one of the best songs I've heard in this stream. Like, that was really good. The bars, like top to bottom, goodness gracious, man. The juxtaposition of y'all, the collab, like Abel being, rapping a little different than how you rap. But bro, that was really good. The worshipful hook, like the hook has like a worship element to it. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm hearing like
you ain't even play the flip at the end.
Oh snap! Okay, I got to hear. Okay, now you got me excited. Hold up.
I never could have made it without.
Woo! He taking a charge.
I never made it without. I almost lost it all.
Come on.
I would have lost my mind, but now I see how you were there.
Wow. Yo, when does this come out, bro?
Great question.
Come on, man. Stop playing with us. The chat is going crazy. Everybody says they need it. We need it this is going to the top of my playlist. When does this come out?
I'll let you know when I solidify a date.
All right,
I still gotta get the cover and stuff for it.
Hey man, don't listen. Don't put this one on ice. Get this out. Get this out right. You know what I'm saying? Shoot a visual for it. Put some Instagram ads behind it.
Yes, sir.
Submit hub, you know what I mean? Like really, like do the whole gamut. Like send it over to Rapzilla ahead of time. That record is insane, bro. That's a really, really, really like a really good record. Like,
appreciate that.
Arguably top 5 records I've ever heard on this stream. Like that good.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Very
wow.
Well.
Yeah, let me know when this is coming. For real, let me know when it's coming out, and whatever I can do to post it, promote it, tweet it, Instagram it, just let me know. I'll do all the above for you, bro. Like straight up.
I got you. Yeah, I was about to say I submitted it to Rapzilla tonight, so we see what happens.
Okay, dope, very cool. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that's Just Raised. If you guys want to follow him, JUSRZD on all platforms. JUSRZD on all platforms. Y'all should go follow that man. Yo, put some pressure on this man to get the record out. All right, like for real. Like put some pressure on this man. I feel like he playing with our emotions, with all these I don't know shenanigans. I need that record like out. Like we need yes, and that's a record we all need to go run the numbers up. And that's the dope. That's the dope part is that. What I feel like this is doing, and my heart is there's 140 of you guys watching this right now on the main platform, and I feel like this is gonna get my opinion, Lord willing, is I feel like this type of environment can get us as close as possible to a meritocracy. And by a meritocracy meaning like music is not a meritocracy. Music is subjective. Music is high school. Music is a popularity contest. Music is politics. A meritocracy is whoever's the nicest wins, right? If you're playing basketball, the better team wins. And there's a lot of people that submit a lot of really good stuff, but there's not a lot of stuff that's submitted here that like I'm willing to post and put on my grid because I believe in it. And if I believe it, that means we could all as a community rally behind a record, not because it's hyped up and he has followers and a verified blue check and this or that, but because this is a great record that we could all get behind. And there's good records that get submitted, but that was a great record. Like that was an A-level record, and we don't hear those too often. We hear a lot of C+, B-, B+, but seldom do we hear an A+ record where the thing is done like impeccably. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're gonna keep this thing moving. Leland, I got you pinned up. Keep yourself muted, boss. We're gonna jump right into you.
Another flick.
Leland out here making movies like usual.
I got caught in the mix, both hands, balls into fists, though I felt like calling it quits. I guess I've seen these songs in the mist. God calling me to follow the script, but it's hard when you're tossed in abyss. Thankful he never falters his grip. Turn my pain into songs in the mist. It's a funny thing, my apathy led tragedy to an early grave. A version of me full of hurt that couldn't learn to change. Every sermon stayed in my brain as I wade through the waves of impatient petition. Like I haven't been gifted, and not just with these lyrics, but with God's own spirit. Understand, how common to see a broken little boy in the body of a man. I ain't have pops, my mom's disabled. Spiritual wars in my mind, I need a breakthrough. But thanks be to the almighty God that I pray to. To wit, I say Jesus. But was it Jesus that I really knew? Yeah, I went to church, but was that really proof? I was real aloof. Now every day that you're devastated and feel the wounds that's left on your spirit to clear the rules. Like who made who? It's my strength and motion, not you. So all of the complaining is not cool. It got me caught in the mix. Both hands balled into fists. Found my life wasn't all I could give. That's why I call this songs in the midst. Snap.
Yo, Leland, this is incredible, man. I really like this joint. I feel like you've submitted this before because I've definitely heard it before, right?
I'm going to run the movie back for the next couple weeks, and we'll just run it back. And because I know there are. First off, I ain't gonna beat Just Race. You know what he just did? He just boom. So hey, props to him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that was amazing. I'm a hip hopper too. A fantastic record. But I want hopefully running it back, we can hear some of the stuff that sort of was glossed over, for sake of time and all this and that, and just wanted to. And for I see some people that didn't hear it before. They might have not heard it before. They're hearing it now.
Gotcha.
And, bruh. Yeah, man.
Good job, man. I appreciate you, brother. All right, guys, we're going to keep this thing moving. We got Kusham next up. I'm gonna pin you up, Kusham. Kusham been on fire lately, yo. This man's been on one, bro. I cannot wait to hear this record from him. And then we got Proddy the Prodigal, Philly in the building, and then we got Derek the Incredible after that, and then JJL. Here we go.
Really, I'ma be alright. Really, I'ma be just fine. I only need God in my life. Let the pressure all subside. Put too much pressure on myself. Make sure they good, but I was barely good myself. Had to make balance cause I need to be as well. How you gon' help me if you barely got yourself? It seems the older that we get, don't wanna let them in, don't wanna feel regret. But you still need courage if you're gonna live this well. Unless you wanna spend your whole life by yourself. But you keep your eyes open, wide open. Stayed in God and I got this side eye open. Really, I'ma be alright.
Yeah.
Really, I'ma be just fine. I only need God in my life. Let the pressure all subside.
Yo, Kusham, this is really good. There's one part that I feel like let me find it. Hold on.
Really, I'm wide open. Stayed in God, but you keep your eyes open.
Okay, so this record is a vibe, bro. Top to bottom, your vocal chain on here, the mixing, everything, the beat, the production, I love it. But I do feel like you could have gave us a bit more of this cadence. Let me pull it back.
Spend your whole life by yourself. But you keep your eyes open, wide open.
But you keep your eyes open, wide open, but the down open, down open, like I wish you would have went there with it, because I think that would have really, like, you know, next world it. So I think it's really good, but I feel like that was right there, and you did it. You gave me a taste, but you had the opportunity. You had the alley-oop, and you could have really tomahawk dunked it, and you just kind of laid it up. And I wanted you to dunk, but you keep your eyes open, and it's even eyes open. I'm open, I'm chosen. Like, I think that would have been nuts. So I want you to see those opportunities, to see the play unfolding, and like go in for that. Like go in and be flashy. Like give me the dunk slam, come down, look at your opponent's face. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like I want that LeBron energy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you just was like, you were real classy with it. Like you was just like finger roll. Yeah. And it was cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I noticed you said that about roll it off as well when I submitted it. Mm-hmm. And I get that because like it sort of like makes it more exciting when there's more like a rap sort of like cadence with singing. Mm-hmm. But the reason I sort of kept it like that is because I did want to have like more of a traditional like execution with it.
Right.
But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and mind you, this is coming from a rapper, so you take that with a grain of salt, right? Like I'm into the flashy cadences, I think it could also drive replay value, right? Because I'm gonna be the goofy guy that stops and rings that back and try to hear your cadence.
Yeah, but who's to say you wouldn't want to go back just because of the fact that I gave you just a bit of that and not too much of it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the record is hot, bro. I think the record is hot, and I think I think you should keep making a lot of music and figuring out a way to get visuals out for this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
killer job, Christian.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the homie Christian. Do check him out. He actually has a really dope catalog, top to bottom. We got North Philly in the building, the homie Prodi the Prodigal. I'm gonna pin him up. Give me a second. Keep yourself muted for now, boss. We're gonna jump right into your record. Yeah, check you out, man. So let's do it. Guys, if you're watching this live, you are watching Fan Love Friday. It's the best music you've never heard from our very own Patreon community. A bunch of artists that you may not even know exist, but you should. And so they're all in different, phases of their development. But I tell you what, you won't find an online community more talented than this. So let's jump into this.
Yo, y'all talking real heavy, man. Prodi. Real heavy. I ain't got no hair in my tongue and I definitely ain't scared. Dead Christian rapper, I would never diss you, but if you talking crazy out your mouth, then I'm coming to get you. Gangsters moving silence, but you showing off the strap. I was taught by OGs, don't pull it out if you ain't gon' clap. Maggot rapper, more like maggot rapper, quit your yak. You claim you woke, well I'ma put you down for your naps. Calling people fake, that ain't love, that's gon' hate. We all sinners only saved by grace. By your head, God is grace. Smack the red hat off your head if we got an issue. Put the red dot on your head, I leave you looking like a Hindu. Let me work, I give you work, I hold weight with my verse. This to get down, make you lay down in the back of the hearse. Taking shots at the top just to pick up your views. Do unto others as you would have them doing to you. That's Matthew 7:12, not my words, that's the golden rule. Mark 12:31, those are words from the sun. You calling rappers fake, but you got strippers on your timeline. Vocal talk proceeds from your mouth, you ain't no Einstein. Said you bought an AR for the chain snatchers that rip, but ain't nobody gonna snatch a chain that you bought from Wish. They told me let it ride, don't say nothing, but I can't keep my mouth shut while I stay bluffing. As far as this rap go, boy, I speak for the street. You tripping, dissing Christians, plus your bars are weak. Your mix was whack, your visuals was trash, B. I'ma speak the truth, say what I want, don't at me. Idols become rivals if you don't get them on a song. Division not from God, watch me Jericho the walls. Hands sharp like a sword ball, I'm ballin' with the Ginsu. Birds of feather flock together, I rebuke the foul in you. Mike Tyson haymaker that'll mess up your day. If you thought we ain't gon' say nothing, you gon' learn today. You take Trump's words like God said it. Hate rhetoric is not God's spirit, your whole squad can get it. I like my beef with broccoli, boy, I steam you. Trash maggot rapper, probably rock with Osteen too. I chastise you sad guys, always speaking mad lies. Thank God I'm saved, you don't wanna see my bad side. It's game over for you maggot rappers. It's game over, your game's over, the game's over. It's game over for you maggot rappers. It's game over, the game's over, your game's over. Prodi, North Philly in the building.
All right, man. All right, we got to talk tactics. We got to talk tactics. We got to talk strategy. So if you guys ain't catch it, the hook goes is game over for you MAGA rappers. And then as you play, is that a play on word? And then you say maggot rappers? MAGA rappers? Yeah. Okay, so look, this could be an opportunity because if this is how you feel, right? Like this could be an opportunity if you're gonna go at a Bryson Gray to obviously call him out and do it in a form of a battle, which is like, some of you guys don't quite understand hip hop and battle and the confrontational nature of it, right? So I think there's a spot there, but if I'm you, Prodi the Prodigal, like if I do a move like this, I'm saying his name multiple times. I'm making it very obvious. I'm shooting a visual with someone dressed up like him and like really going all the way out. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I wish is that you would have just said names and really went all in. Like really like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did bars with name plays on their name, like the whole bit, because I think it's one or the other. Like I don't think you can do like a halfway address. Like I think you got to go all in, and then I'm talking full on like the Dre Snoop video where they had Eazy-E dressed up, running around like full on like get the MAGA costume, have somebody play him, like really go all in. That would have been my that would be my recommendation for something like this. Is I think you got to make it a bit more like obvious, and for a record like this, add more mutes to the beat. Like add more beat completely cuts out, boom, hard punchline. Beat completely cuts out, boom, hard punchline. You know what I mean?
I got you. Well, I got more in the clip for him too, just
Yes,
in case.
ma'am. No, but I want you to think through the tactical rollout, because if you drop this, it could potentially go off. He could potentially respond, and then it like 10x's your profile.
Right.
And I think that could be a good thing if it's finessed correctly, right? And he essentially did the same thing with going at Lecrae and making a diss track about Lecrae. It's the same idea. So I wouldn't say there's any, for me, I wouldn't say there's anything ethically wrong about this or spiritually wrong about this. He's talking about Bryson Gray and the other one. I always forget the other one. The other one's the one that made a diss song about me, but I always forget. It's Tyson something. Tyson, what is his name? Tyson.
I think it's Tyson James.
Tyson James, yeah. So yeah, he's made multiple diss songs about me about at this point. I mean, he's pretty terrible songs, but you know, they got their MAGA following, and they're out here, you know, they're out here doing it, man. So
yeah, it's crazy. I got convicted to write this John, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I think
it's in my heart heavy.
I would just think through all like the particulars, like you know, this becomes chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really think through the details.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man, I mess with it though. It's a hard record, bro. It's a hard record.
Appreciate you, man. North Philly in the building.
North Philly in the building. Proddy the Prodigal. All right, we got Derek the Incredible up next. I'm gonna pin you up, boss. You keep yourself muted for now. I'm gonna pin you up, and we're gonna jump into your record. Here we go.
How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? Peter Parker picked up a pepper.
Alright, here we go.
Tell me where'd you go? How else does your mama know? How you finna get your fill off music and some dominoes? First of all, mind your business. Second of all, for my business. Believing in me that believes in you to understand that I'm living proof of the impossible manifested. Like a taco that I rejected. I'm funny, but take me seriously. Not me, for I'm the realest. My mind is a canvas daily. God's painted until I feel this. I'm stainless. Still colored in love. Holy blood got me chainless. No, His grace is enough. I'm shameless. I'm beautiful, free. I can fly as far as I believe. Transformative soul suspension. Real like the sun eclipsing. A true nuance to distance. Call me special, no audition. No, I love you for a long time. 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 So tell my mom I'm okay. Just know I'm never lonely. I got this feeling in my soul. I found my flow. I'm rolling like stone, a river. I'm sailing miles to home. Unknown, don't quiver. The ghost is guiding me home. Ain't worried about romance. In love with my slow jams. Each day is a new dance, a new dance.
Yo, thank you so much for submitting this. So I like it on a general level. I think there's some details that need to be sorted out with this. Specifically, there's some tonal things that are like weird, like the bass line sounds like it may be in a different key or detuned from some of the instrumentation. The vocals sound like they need a little bit of pitch correction. But the general vibe of this and what you're doing on it, I think is cool. But I think in the tonal side, there's something weird happening, and I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. It could literally be something as simple as like your bass line is out of tune, and therefore it's not blending with the sample correctly, or something like that, or your pitch vocal is out of tune. Something is going on tonally that's like creating a weird dissonance for me, and I can't quite explain it because I don't have perfect pitch like that to be like, oh, this note right here is off, right? So I would just make sure that the stuff you're working on is like everything is synced up, meaning that if you pull up pitch correction on a vocal, it's the same notes and the bass line is in the same scale. Like everything should be in the same key, so that it's clean and works together. Your delivery on this is really fun. You're like the way you sound, the energy in your vocal take, the vibe. All of that is super, super fire. It just sounds like something was weird going on musically, and I cannot put my finger on it. It sounds very distorted through YouTube. Does it? It didn't sound distorted to me. I don't know if it sounded distorted to anybody else in YouTube. But yeah, man. So hopefully that's helpful. I can't really put my finger on it, but there's something. Did you produce this as well, Derek?
Yeah, I did produce it myself. I use it's ascending a major ninth chords, and then the bass. I don't remember the bass line off the top of my head, but yeah, I did put it together myself. And my homie Davnak he's in the stream right now. He makes it for me. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on it. Something feel weird. So are you like a music theory guy? Like, you know all the chords?
Yeah. I can double check. I have a degree in music performance.
Yeah, man. I could be bugging, but I would double check and see if there's something. Or so okay, is that a live bass and a live piano, or is that MIDI sounds?
It's Rhodes. It's a Rhodes piano. I use a Reason plugin.
Okay.
And then it is the contact bass.
Is it possible the bass is out of tune? Is it possible like the bass is tuned slightly a couple like a third of a semitone off?
I could check it.
Yeah. Check that. Just because something just feels off. And again, I can't put my finger on it, but maybe something needs to be pitch corrected. I would just check it. I would just check to see if it's off. Sometimes when you use different bass sounds, they might have a weird dissonance. You know what I'm saying? Like they might be sampled in a different key than the Rhodes are, for example. And you might have a limited number of samples in that pack. I already
submitted this one.
Okay.
So I'm probably just gonna move on. I'll still go check it, but keep it in mind for the future takes. And so it drops on the 19th.
Generally, I like it. Overall, I think it's a vibe. But something's throwing me off, and I can't put my finger on it. So I'm sorry that I'm being vague, bro. I don't mean to not just give you this ambiguous, you know what I'm saying, response. His name are you just Derek the Incredible on all platforms?
So it's pronounced it's Derek the Incredible. Derek's my government name, but
the Incredible is not your last name though.
I mean, it could be.
That would be fire if your name was Derek the Incredible.
The Incredible on all platforms.
Okay, dope. There you go. So check him out, guys. This comes out on the 19th. I appreciate you, brother. Derek the Incredible, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're gonna keep this thing moving. The How Now Brown Cow part was fire though. I'm not gonna cap that was fly. All right, we got JJL, something introspective. All right, here we go.
That I grew up with, about the place I'm from and how I arrive. No papers, no social number, but we still survive. Now I'm here to thrive. Politics got them brainwashed by the orange man that they idolize, but they claim religion and they claim Christ would have wanted me to be copper ice, but they pro-life, just not mine. Wish that I could just stop time. Wish that I could explain to them that a better life's really not a crime. They be claiming I'm out of line, but they the ones that be out of pocket with their MAGA hats and their false facts. When I come with stats, they shout stop it and I should drop it. Telling me stick to anime, paint your nails and get a real reason to complain about like I'm the enemy, cause apparently I don't belong here. Hold it, wait, let me make it clear. It was different back when we was growing up and you didn't know me. It's kinda weird, but then out of fear they retract the statement. At that point it's hard to be patient, cause I already got family that act the same way, and that's hella flagrant. It's so blatant how ignorant most of y'all are, but say the news fake. QAnon got them brainwashed, but y'all so certain y'all too awake. I don't wanna waste my breath, but I gotta speak for the silent ones. Falcon what I'm gonna stand for, it don't matter if I see the violence comes. Proverbs 31:8 do include us by the Christ. I know y'all cherry picking, it's sad to see, but I just simply got love to show. So don't worry about my salvation, worry about yours. We all say the wrong things behind closed doors, and God keeps score when we don't. So if you got a clean slate, then please throw the first stone. Don't worry about my salvation, worry about yours. We all say the wrong things behind closed doors, and God keeps score when we don't. So if you got a clean slate, then please throw the first stone.
Yeah, man. Bro, this might be one of my favorite submissions from you, bro. Like, I feel like the more you make the stuff you want to make, it just gets better and better. Like it's just, you know, like you was like, yo, this is something introspective, but like this is a bop. Like this is a really dope record. The cadences, the flow, top to bottom. I mess with it, man. And I think Bat said best one I've heard too. Yep, I agree, man. So I think you found your pocket, man. I would stay away from the other stuff and just do this. Like do the stuff you want to do, because I think that is gonna be more congruent and more aligned with who you are as a person and as a creative. You're muted, by the way. Oh, no,
that's good. Thank you. First of all, the question I had though is like, what do you mean by this stuff to stay away from necessarily? I know what you mean by what's stick with based on what you've heard, but what do you mean to like separate from past submissions?
I wouldn't do a whole bunch of singing auto-tune stuff. Like I would just not use the auto-tune plugin for a long time. Like a year of no auto-tune and see what comes out of it. That would be my recommendation. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like when you make the auto-tune stuff, it wasn't bad, but I just felt like you were making what you thought people wanted and not what was real and genuine to you.
Yeah, definitely. I've been taking a step this year into doing what I want to do lyrically and even cadence-wise, and not really worrying too much about like trying to fit a certain demographic and just sticking to like what I know best. The biggest thing that I wanted to know about this song specifically was the content. You know, I'm kind of worried about potential response. I mean, I don't know if you caught all the lyrics, but I did speak on a lot of things that may or may not make certain demographics of people upset. So I don't know if you had any feedback on maybe stripping back on talking about this kind of stuff, or if you'd say pull the plug on it, or...
I like to err on let me weed out the weirdos from my audience and my potential audience. So I intentionally do stuff sometimes, right? That like, if what you say here is so polarizing that it drives people not to listen to you, then they probably shouldn't be listening to you. That's the position I take, because then the people who really do rock with you are going to have more depth that you were brave enough to say some of this stuff, right? The flip side, like if we're talking like YouTube content, the flip side is like my brother Alan Parr or Cameron from Capturing Christianity, right? Channels I recently collabed with, don't ever talk about politics. That no one knows what their politics are. I prefer to talk about politics and to put all my cards on the table so people know exactly where I'm at. And if people got a problem with that, I'd rather them just not be here, right? Because at some point, if you have a problem with my politically agnostic stance, you're probably gonna have a problem with something else in my life, right? You're probably gonna have a problem with, I don't know, tattoos, or, you know, I don't know, my wife being black or whatever. Like, you're gonna have a problem with something else. So I'd rather just push those people away out the gate and like put all my cards on the table. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point I'm gonna let people down. And so to me, that's my philosophy. But there's wisdom in both. But what I would say, JJ, is if you're making the stuff you wanna make and you're talking about the stuff you wanna talk about and it's your best music, I think there's something to that. Because you're making better music when you're being passionate about what you're talking about instead of talking about what you think people want to hear from you.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I was definitely 50-50 on this song. The 150 side that was positive was everything that you're saying, where it's like, I can't pretend to be something that I'm not. This is who I am, being a DACA recipient and having issues in my life growing up, looking white, but being a different race. And I've never made a song to this quality about this topic up until now. And the other 50% was just worrying about, well, you know, there are people not only in my life, but probably in my fan base that could feel some type of way about the stuff that I say. But it's like you said, sometimes you got to weed out the people who understand.
Yeah, and I think you have less to lose because you're still starting out, right? Meaning if you're Alan Parr with 500,000 subscribers, half of your audience is going to totally disagree with this. It's a little different than when you're at 10,000 followers. I don't remember how many followers you have, but I'm just throwing out a number, and you're just starting out. It's completely different, right? So I think you build your foundation properly, and I think I would call the song DACA. Like, straight up, I would call the song DACA or DACA recipient. Like, very direct. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually a good call, actually. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think people just don't want to feel like you're watering stuff down or not keeping it a buck with them. I think this generation just wants honesty. You know what I'm saying? And if they're willing to hear you out, and I think there may be, or maybe this becomes the song that they send to their friends that are saying the wild stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree 100%.
So great job, man. Great song. I think it's a fire song. I think it's probably the best thing, or one of the best things I've heard from you. All right, guys, we're gonna keep this thing moving. We got Nick 95.
What's going on, Ruslan?
What's up, boss? Thank you for being here. I'm gonna jump right into it. If you keep yourself muted for now, but so there's no feedback issues.
Make me louder when I call on Jesus. Through my tests and trials, I won't bleed the fire. Lost in self-denial. It's a holy Bible. My thoughts think about sent out to the Holy One. All the things I've done, been washed away by His only Son. Watch out when you step in, when you tested by the devil's minions. Look at all these blessings you've been blessed with. Got this on my checklist.
You can't take my peace. You can't take my peace. You can't take my peace. God reigns on me.
God the mercy follow me. Hell could never swallow me. All this hot.
Yo, Nick 95, thank you so much for submitting this. Okay, so my feedback on this is gonna be really weird. I like this record, and I like the cadences. I like the writing of it. I like the visual. I think it's cool. What I think you need work on is the overall delivery and the execution of your vocal takes, as well as your mixing. Meaning that if Kanye raps the exact same lyrics and has the exact same song, this is an amazing record. But you're not Kanye. You don't have the confidence Kanye has. You don't know how to get those takes out of your vocal yet. You don't know how to get that power out of your voice yet. So how do you do that? How do you improve the overall energy, execution of your takes? And I go back to a couple of things. Never reading your lyrics. Stop reading. Throw away any notepads. Put your phone down when you're recording. Don't one take your vocals. Pay attention to tone. Those are some basic, some basic pieces. Comp your vocals, meaning do multiple options of each bar so that you can find the best ones. Don't rap monotone. I think these are the things I would be working on, because you have a lot of potential, but the execution of it is not there yet. And I think that may just come with repetition. I think you're just going to have to work on it, like consistently work on it. I also think the mixing needs work, and that's a whole nother side you got to work on, right? So you either got to have someone that can kind of coach you, buy maybe some templates or some presets within your DAW. Somebody probably already makes some good templates, presets that you could pick up. Those are the things I would be considering and thinking about. I think if you can work through those things, you'll your writing and your ear for beats. I don't know if you produced this or not, or who produced this. You did produce, yeah. So you have like a lot of that, like the potential. You know what I'm saying? It's just the execution is not there, and it's not necessarily about money. By the way, what I'm not saying is like go buy a bunch of equipment. Like if anybody has seen
like repetition,
like if anybody has seen Kanye's Zane Lowe interview, you can kind of get a glance at Kanye's setup now, and he's not in no fancy studio with $1 gajillion in equipment. Like he's primarily in the box now, and then he gets help on stuff. You know what I mean? So it's not about equipment, it's about knowing how to use the equipment you do have, right? Because there's people that probably have the same plugins you have, the same software you have, but they know how to use it, and they could project and get better takes with their vocals. So those would be the things I'll be working on, man. To recap, don't read your raps, punch all the time, comp your vocals. Look up what comping vocals is. It's when you do multiple takes of each bar, so you have stuff to pick from. So you got like instead of a one take verse or 2 takes, you got like 6 takes, and you're piecing together the best pieces of a vocal. And don't read, and be mindful of your tone. And then the mixing side, you're gonna have to find a template or an engineer or someone to kind of help get your mixes up. Compositionally and writing wise, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? The execution of it needs work.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for the submission, boss. I think you got a lot of potential, brother. I'm excited to hear more stuff from you. All right, we got guys. If you submitted earlier and I skipped over you, you need to let me know. I think Bats is next, but I'm just gonna scroll up to the top and double check. Let's see. Ooh, we got something new from I Am Rescued. That's dope. All right, we did JJ, Nick, Glenn, Caitlin is not here. All right, we got Bats. I'm excited to check out Bats' new jam.
We live up in the era where they kill you for a bill. Blood up on the floor when you don't know the damage fell. Mama out here struggling, you know she needs some help. And it's just beating us every day, and you know you see the well so well. And I'm just trying to excel, and I'm just trying to propel. And they just be wasting time, and only time will just tell, oh well. And they just want us in a cell, they just want us all to fail, dang. Tribulation is just information for the future. They innovating and they renovating, now they neuter. And yeah, they manhood, man, that's measured by a ruler. If they a real dog and if they a real shooter. I get it, I kill it, I'm with it. I am just better admit it. I am the king of this village. You know my flow is acidic, best from the start to the finish. I feel it deep in my spirit. Y'all cannot rap, but you critics. I get a spaz any minute. Yeah, we really rocking it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, we
the
really
fish eye.
rocking it. Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really rocking it. Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really
Yeah, Bats.
I got a dollar with a dream. I'm a scholar with no team. I'm just following the scene. Wait, hold up. Hey, life ain't what it seems. I'm just trying to build the streams. Yeah, I feel like I'm a fiend with a loaded magazine. What you say? Yeah, we really rocking it. Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Trying to speak the fact and trying to change the topic. I'm one of the greats and ain't nobody that can stop it.
Yeah.
We eating what we have, but we didn't really have an option. Feeling nauseous, being conscious and astonished. I'm honest and I promise that I'm marrying my girl.
Hey.
And a young black queen, and you know she got the curls.
Hey.
They don't know what I'm learned. I'm concerned by the terms. Chasing all my goals and the words I discern.
Come
I've
on.
been grinding every day, trying to keep the rent paid. And I'm just running from my problems like I'm cool to get hey. Yeah, we really rocking it. Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really rocking it.
Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really rocking it. Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really rocking it.
Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really rocking it. Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really rocking it.
Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really rocking it. Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yeah, we really rocking it. Ain't nobody that's stopping it. Yo, Bats, first of all, that's a good hook, man. That's a good hook. It's an effortless hook, and I'm rapping along to it before the song is even over. That's what you guys want from a hook. Notice it wasn't, 3 other bars of random ideas with a melody line, and it's hard. Like, it was just a very simple hook. Sometimes you just gotta just keep it simple, keep it in the pocket. So, dope hook, dope visual. The cadences were dope. I like the visual. Is this all around your house?
Yeah, that's next to my school, my old school I used to go to.
But what I'm asking you, is it walking distance?
Yeah, it's walking distance. Yeah,
Okay.
I just like.
So that's what I like about this is like, I think sometimes we think we need new equipment. We need, a cool location. We need this. And Bats is shooting this stuff on his iPhone with an iPhone gimbal, walking distance from his house, and he's making it work.
And like the other scenes is in my backyard too. So yeah, I'll be reusing.
Yeah, backyard. And I think that's the dope part, man, is like, this stuff is dope, and it's clever, and it's clean, and it sounds good, and it looks cool. And ultimately, like, the main thing is always the main thing, which is the rapping. The rapping is good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is what makes me most happy, is just how good of a freaking rapper and producer you're becoming, bro. So yeah,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
It's really good, bro. I got nothing. Like, just guys, go follow Bats. Like, go follow Bats, support him, encourage him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Send some money, put some money in his Cash App. Like, ask how you can help him out. I think this kid's the future, man, and I think he's gonna be around for a while and keep thriving and keep growing and evolving. And it's like, again, he's 1 or 2 songs away from potentially going viral, having something crazy pop off on TikTok and spiking the algorithm there. Or imagine who he is in 3 or 4 years and how incredible he is then. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, you're fire, bro. I got nothing. Go follow Bats. Is it BATTZ on all platforms?
Yeah. That's it on every platform.
Yeah, and if you get trouble, you can always go to my Instagram, and I follow him from my Instagram, so you can find him by going to the people I follow and just punching in Bats. I think it's BATTZ _. Drop your cash app. Look at that. See, we gonna get you some equipment upgrades.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll definitely put it in there. Hey, thank you, everybody. You have a blessed rest of you guys' day.
Bats, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, support the next generation, man. We gotta support the next generation. If we don't do it, who's gonna do it, right? If we talking about dope art, we talking about music that can push the culture forward, music that can contextualize the gospel, meaning like contextualize, like how does Jesus and the message of Jesus work in this context, in this era, in 2021 and beyond? It's gonna be the Bats, right? It ain't gonna be a pastor. It's gonna be the kids like Bats who are on TikTok with a couple 100,000 followers, who are making and shooting their own videos on their iPhone and got them looking that good. That's gonna be who helps this next generation understand their identity and understand they were created, with a purpose. They're fearfully and wonderfully made. And so, like, I know some of y'all listening is just like, oh, this is just music. This is way more than just music. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is way more than just music. Like, this is messaging. Like, this is messaging. This is how people receive information, right? Paul wrote letters to the early churches. Like, I think if Paul was around now, he might be leveraging this technology. I ain't gonna say Paul or Jesus will be rappers, because that'd just be wild, right? I'm not trying to get all goofy with it, but what I'm saying is I think they would be really, really tapped in, more so than a lot of Christians be, man. Because let's be honest, we be so scared of culture, we be so scared of art, we be so scared of rap, we just be scared, like, oh, there's a spirit in it, there's a demon in it, right? It's just like, yo, nah, Bass is out here killing it, and he ain't got no demons, like, and he doing it for Jesus, and I think we need to support these kids, like, straight up. So anyway, let's keep this thing moving. We got a couple more submissions. We got my man Juan. If you're just joining into the Zoom call, guys, make sure your name on Zoom is the same name that's on Patreon. Okay, it's actually crucial. If I don't know you, I'm gonna get confused and skip over you. Okay, so just do me that solid. My man Juan is in the house, and we're gonna get him pinned up here in just a sec. And then after this, your boy got to use the restroom. All right, just keeping it a buck. All right, Juan at 148. I'm not the best when it comes to mixing. Okay, no worries, man. Let's just jump right into it.
We gotta make moves. Do what scripture says. Get it out your head that this is a free for all. Living like you didn't receive a call. We gotta make moves. Do what God commands. Do our best to stand straight. We gotta walk in His way. The way we walk on earth has gotta change. 'Cause this ain't a game to be playing. What are you gonna say when you're face to face with your Creator? God, living like you hate Him. This ain't a game. Let Him change you before the end of days. The way we walk on earth has gotta change. This ain't the game to be trying to play. What are you gonna say when you're face to face with your Creator? After living like you hate Him, this ain't a game. Let Him change you before the end of days. We gotta make moves. Do what scripture says. Get it out your head that this is a free for all. Living like you didn't receive a call. We gotta make moves. Do what God commands. Do our best to stand straight. We gotta walk in His way. Walk in His way, yeah.
That's a little half step out.
It's gotta change. This ain't a game to be playing. Keep playing if you want to. But what are you gonna say when you're face to face with Jesus? After living like you hated Him, this ain't a game. Change you before the end of days.
Yo, it's wild, Juan. It's interesting. I was like listening to it, and I like didn't realize I had listened to 3 minutes of it. I listened to almost 2 minutes of it. So that to me shows that like you know there's something here. You got a dope tone. Your voice is cool. Courtney Bell said Fred Hammond vibes. I could hear that. Yep, I could hear that. Fred Hammond is one of my favorites. I know y'all be like, what you know about Fred Hammond? A lot. All right, I know a whole lot. I've been listening to Fred, Uncle Fred, for about 20 years. I've met Fred Hammond. I've hung out with Fred Hammond. Don't play me. on my Fred Hammond kick. Back to you, Juan. I like it. I think you know your weakness in this, which is mixing and production. And my question would be, how can you learn that side of it? How can you dive in and make yourself an expert on that side of it? Because I don't think this is an era where artists can afford to not be engaged in the mixing, the pitch correction, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, and I think if they are, it enables them to be lazy. So even if you do have engineers around you, I think you need to own the pitch correction on your vocals. You need to own the pitch correction on your harmonies. You need to own the sound selection. You need to own the vocal chain. Not so that you always do it and burn yourself out, but so that you understand how to speak the language that when you get to the next level, you know how to maneuver. And speaking of Fred is one of those guys that engineers and mixes and stuff. I've been to his studio, right? He's really on the boards and really in the mix and producing and all that kind of stuff. Did you produce this, Juan?
Yeah.
Very cool. I love it. My advice to you would be figure out what DAW you use and go do your software and go do some market research on the best creatives that use the same software on YouTube. And there's probably people making fire music using the same software you're using and maybe even in the same genre, and go and consume as much of their content. If they have a course, and I don't really tell people to do this, but mixing and producing is one of those things that I would pay for, go buy their course. Go like immerse yourself in the world of production and mixing, and educate yourself. And I mean, you might have to pause, like you might have to take 2 steps forward to go 4 steps, 2 steps back to go 4 steps forward. Like you might have to pause, really get equipped, and then all of a sudden the quality will jump. And maybe you could do that just through YouTube. Maybe you need to go get a course. Maybe you need to go get like maybe there's somebody that you could pay in the same way you could pay for vocal lessons. Maybe there's somebody that you could pay for production lessons and mixing lessons, right? Like over Zoom or Skype or something. So that would be my advice to you, because your singing and your songwriting is quality. How can we get the rest of it to quality? And what I don't want to do is like go find an engineer, because then you're just going to be dependent on another person. And I want you to be autonomous as a creative. And when you partner with producers, engineers, it becomes a joint venture, not I need someone to finish my song for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like it though. I like you, bro. I like you. I checked out and I looked up and I was like, I'm still jamming to this song. Like this joint is a vibe. You know what I mean? So if it wasn't a vibe, I would have cut you off at 60 seconds. That's no cap. So there you go, man. But yo, I can't wait to hear you submit new stuff. What software are you on? Just in case I could point you in the right direction. Logic. I don't know. I can't think of an engineer off top. My engineer can use Logic. I can't think of an engineer off top that is like a Logic. If you guys know somebody that does Logic tutorials, I've watched them passively, like trying to figure out how to use a plugin and the person's in Logic. I will tell you that the flex pitch in Logic, the fine-tuned flex pitch for pitch correction, is amazing. It's incredible. It's like Logic has Melodyne built in. So I would say experiment with that flex pitch, right? It's you click on your vocal and it takes it up and makes it all adjustable for the pitch correction. Wavy Wayne. Okay, Wavy Wayne. There you go. Look at that. Pointed in the right direction. Wavy Wayne on YouTube. Check him out. And yeah, just do a little bit of research, man. But I think you got the chops, bro. Like I really think you got the chops. How old are you, Juan?
23.
Okay, you're young, bro. You're young. So if you pause and take 6 months and learn how to mix and master and produce and get the sound right, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's such a good investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Good stuff, brother. All right, guys. I really got to use the restroom. I'm not going to cap. We got a couple folks still in a Zoom call. You guys are towards the end, I think. Make sure your name is the same on Zoom as it is on Patreon. If you could do me that solid, that would be incredible. I want to play some music for you guys while I go use the restroom. And usually when I like music, y'all know my go-tos, right? Like y'all know my go-tos. Like let's not play around. Put that Bats song back on when you go potty. I'm gonna do you one better. Actually, Bats is maybe nah. Let me play something else for you. Let me play something else for you. Hold on. Let me play something else for you. You guys will appreciate me. This is my man Nick B's new song. It's called Fine Apple.
Wow, keep it up, Gavin.
This joint is fires, blowing up on TikTok.
I like my water with lemon and lime. That's cause they're better combined. Kinda like us, you and I. If you were fruit, you'd be a fine apple. If you were words, you'd be the fine print. I like the trauma and the time travel, so you could walk by me again. Yeah, I think you escape, I need an ice rink. I see your face whenever I blink. You a Pisces, kinda sweet like the iced tea. Southern kind, never undermine. Never put your dreams under mine. We a team, and a thing heard me sing like a bunch of times. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, man, it turned into a butterfly. I like my water with lemon and lime. That's cause they're better combined. Kinda like us, you and I like my water with lemon and lime. That's cause they're better combined. Kinda like us, you and I. If you were fruit, you'd be a fine apple. If you were words, you'd be the fine print. I like the trauma and the time travel, so you could walk by me again. If you were fruit, you'd be a fine apple. If you were words, you'd be the fine print. I like the trauma and the time travel, so you could walk by me again. And you watch Game of Thrones on your phone for like the 100th time. I don't know what you want, but baby, give me a try. No reason for you to be alone. Don't make it difficult. Just tell me what you want. Yeah. Be right back when I get there for you. Only take a minute, baby, I support you. And I can't lie, baby, kinda want more. If you were fruit, you'd be a fine apple. If you were words, you'd be the fine print. I like the trauma and the time travel, so you could walk by me again. If you were fruit, you'd be a fine apple. Woo! If you were words, you'd be the fine print. I like the trauma and the time travel, so you could walk by me again.
That is a great song, ladies and gentlemen. That is a really good song. That's my man Nick D, ladies and gentlemen. Someday me and Nick D will put out one of the dozen songs we have. Someday. Should I play you guys something with me and Nick D got? Should I do it? Should I do it to him? Let y'all hear a little exclusive. Let me see if you know what? I don't even think I got anything on this computer. It's a new computer, my old studio computer. I'm gonna see if I got something. I'll play you guys something. How about that? Don't ever try to harmonize again. Oh, I see you, Courtney. You got jokes. Okay, I see you. Let's see. I don't think I got anything on this. Yeah, that's big trash. Such a good melody. That is such a good melody. Here we go. I'm going to play you guys a little snippet of a record we got coming. All right, and then we're going to get back to these submissions. So, here we go. Oh, come on now. Why are you playing with my emotions? I like my water with lemon and lime. Y'all know I can't sing, but anyway. Yo, why is this not playing? Here we go. Come on now. Okay, I gotta play it in iTunes apparently. Yo, what is... I just want to play the record. This happens when you got a new computer and you only set it up for video stuff. iTunes makes you sign up to... oh my gosh. Hey guys, give this video a quick thumbs up. That'd be incredible. Okay, maybe I could just play it in quick time. Open with music. I like move. Let's try this one more time. Last time. Nope, it's not letting me play it. It's not letting me play it. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'll figure it out later. It's like not copying over from my idea. Vocals need work. Yeah, my vocals definitely need work. All right, who we got next in the chat? Let me see. I think I see Penny in the house. Okay, I'm gonna go to you, Penny. You did probably Prodigal. Derek, Hori, JJL. Glenn is still not here. We did Bats. Penny's here. Okay. Vocal start Thursday. Okay, I'm going to get you pinned up, Penny. I'm going to see if I get this record to open. If not, it's all to the good. I'm losing your transmission. Vocals need work. Let me see. Guys, where y'all watching from? Where y'all watching from? Let me know where y'all watching from. All right, really rich. Here we go. Let's see. Hey, Nick D. Gosh, now, Nick, now I'm shy. I wanted to play him a record we have because I was so excited for your record. Y'all go follow Nick D, man. Straight up. All right, Nick. Nick, you mind if I play him a song? One of our dozen songs that we have never released. Hopefully, Nick doesn't mind. Nick's a real one like that. Let's see. Let's try this again.
Buddha man, little man, everybody be a man to some things, hit the fan, yeah. Load up what you can in the van, take a seat, take a stand, take your time, yeah, I can.
Packed an extra knapsack, plus the bag fat. This is literal, not abstract, never backtrack. Document the monument, you see us on a come up. Never been about the money, we could do this every summer now, maybe.
If I ride to buy some chicks and I was from the city,
yeah.
Stick to what I live and then I hit the shimmy, I get it, I'm skinny and I look like a hippie, or a hipster, or whatever, man, you really get me, Let me tell you what the dilly is, oh, I'm feeling really rich. I ain't talking about what's in my pockets or my wallet, that's not what I feel it with. Really rich like that, really rich, no. Really rich, got that, really rich, no. Really rich like that, really rich, no. Really rich, got that, really rich, no. I'm still somebody's favorite rapper. Your favorite rapper is my favorite actor, yeah. Famous for saying nothing, like Mr. Chaplin. They ain't think we could, yeah, we made it happen. Once you find a quote to live by, then update your bio. Take a couple selfies while you fake a smile. Trying to gain some followers or fake disciples. Then post it on the app that you have made your Bible. Ain't no change ups, we swing it those. Run the bases, all the bases on the need to know. Got seats in the nosebleeding zone. Everybody's shoulder looking freezing cold. They just trying to fly like wind on a tiki pole. I just want y'all to sing along, I don't wanna sing along. Judging by the secrets that we keep it on. I fell in love with the silence that's in between us. Let me tell you what the dilly is, oh, I'm feeling really rich. I ain't talking about what's in my pockets or my wallet, that's not what I feel it with. Really rich like that, really rich, no. Really rich, got that, really rich, no. Really rich like that, really rich, no. Really rich, got that, really rich, no.
Ice filled to the top of my Monte Mason jar. Hourglass got me facing y'all. Power pass from the elite to the common folks. Starting businesses, if you think not, you comical. Be ambition about the amount in my bank account. It's the ownership and everything I get to think about. I was in a drought, now I'm in and out. What I've been about, same thing. I confess it, level up, manifest it. Speaking well, seeking well, sleeping well, eating well. But I can't tell why they looking anorexic. Never looking past tense, never half step. When you really rich, your family's the biggest asset.
Let me tell you what the dilly is, oh, I'm feeling really rich. I ain't talking about what's in my pockets or my wallet, that's not what I feel it with. Really rich like that, really rich, no. Really rich, got that, really rich, no. Really rich like that, really rich, no. Really rich, got that, really rich, no.
Oh, I told you guys weren't ready, man. Yeah, man. That's it's me and Nick D called Really Rich. We gotta put that out, Nick. We both got to redo our vocals. I definitely got to redo our vocals. There's some parts on it that definitely need to be cleaned up. But and that's produced by your boy. I got the studio back up, so you know I'm gonna be hitting a handful of y'all with beat packs. Definitely gonna be hitting Nick with a beat pack. Definitely gonna be hitting Bats with a beat pack. So anyway, that's been in the vault. That joint's about a year old, and that's one of like, I don't know how many others. We got a lot. Me and Nick got a lot of records, and just trying to find the timing. You don't want to like force timing. You know what I mean? Because by the time we end up doing this, I'm going to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, new followers. Nick already has like 150,000 new followers on TikTok since we did these records. So by the time we merge like Voltron, it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So yeah, man, that's that. So it's called Really Rich. And then there's just a lot of really good records on that. There's just a lot of good records on that. There's a lot of really good. Ruslan got more in the vaults than Disney Classics, as a fact. All right, guys, we're going to keep this thing moving. Nick, yo, send in, we already listened to your song, Nick, but if you got something new, send in something, Nick D. Nick, yo, talk about stuff in the vault. This man, Nick D, I'm not exaggerating, probably got over 150 songs on ice at all times. Like, I think that's what it takes to be as good as he is. I ain't got 150. I got maybe a dozen. And no, I probably got close to a dozen with Nick and like another like albums worth of my own stuff. Let's name the project Really Rich. There we go. That's it. Name the project Really Rich. All right. Speaking of being really rich, and making dope art, we got my homie Penny in the house. We're gonna jump into his record now. Not sure if I'm gonna keep the hook or not. Okay. Vocal start 30 seconds. Okay, appreciate you telling me that, good sir. We're gonna fast forward this joint right here, and we're going to jump right into it.
Integrity, etiquette, faith, growth. Get up off my ass every day and get this dough. I had to pay my dues. I was hustling for them shoes when I was just a little kid selling candy at the school. Laid the foundation for my future expositions. Programmed subconsciously to always get this chicken. Before I was a plug, I had to prove that I could work. Equity and sweat, yeah, this ethic came first. So systematic, run my spot like a business. I took hella losses, but that's business. Reset, adjusted, found ways to improve. You never have success if you still afraid to lose, and that's game. Real talk, and I'm saved, unsolved. He hung on that cross for his people that were lost. I'm just trying to guide, multiply and divide. Everything comes together, but you gotta give it time. Real talk. You want it all now, but you don't wanna work. Before I wanna grab a head and wear a shirt. Before I was a plug, I was a worker first. Before I learned to live, I had to learn to hurt. You want it all now, but you don't wanna work. Before I wanna grab a head and wear a shirt. Before I was a plug, I was a worker first. Before I learned to live, I had to learn to hurt. And love is all around me. I built that foundation, and no, it wasn't easy. I've had a lot of friction with people that hella greedy. Something I can't stand, my dad taught me that. He give the shirt up off his back and never asked for nothing back. Yeah, lessons that I live by. Blessings now I divide. Breaking bread with all my brothers.
Yo, Penny, this might be my favorite like rapping on a record. Like, I really like your raps on this, bro. You got bars, content, your tone sounds really full, the vocals sound really rich and really warm. I definitely would scrap this hook if I were you, though. Like, I think this is one of those like less is more. Like, you're telling this story, literally this is one of those like find the best bar from the song and just say that bar on the chorus, next verse. You know what I'm saying? Repeat that, right. Boom, next chorus. Because I think this just makes it a bit over the top with the singing and the layers and the auto-tune and all that kind of stuff. So I think you make good music that's like this. Like, it's gritty, it's raw, your storytelling, your voice is like just mad warm, and then it goes into this kind of like attempt to do like a modern auto-tune hook. And and I would say go find someone who does those modern auto-tune hooks and let them knock it out of the park for you, right? Or just don't do them. Like, just don't do them. And so
That's not me on the hook.
Okay.
That's not me on the hook.
Oh, I don't like whoever's on the hook.
Yeah. So that's the producer. That's who produced the record. That's actually on the hook.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, though. For this record, should I go and find like someone that can actually sing but do something simple, or should I go full hip-hop with this?
I would go full hip-hop with this. I would find a really good bar or a really good phrase, cut the beat out for the first 1 or 2 of the hook and just say that bar and then, you know, repeat it and say something clever and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Check out you know who writes really good simple hooks? Not on the stuff that has singing, but like just his rap stuff is Rick Ross. Like some of Rick Ross's hooks just be mad simple and they just be him doing his thing. And it has this like aesthetic where he's just like rapping and painting these real vivid pictures, and the hooks just be real like, you know, and I told her let me da. And she said da. You know what I mean? It's just be like massive. So that is what I would be like considering with a record like this. I don't think you need singing on it, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if you do get singing on it, do what you do on it and then have like a girl do some oohs and ahs and compliment the like to juxtapose it, right? Because it's like you also do want to have juxtaposition on these songs, but and just something different, something to contrast your tone. Because I didn't know that wasn't you on the hook. I thought that was you on the hook. You know what I mean? Because it's a similar tone, similar frequency in the vocal. And so maybe if you do get a female that sounds super angelic, you know what I mean? And then it's like a juxtaposition to how gritty the vocals are. You know what I'm saying?
I got this cat that like he literally sounds like The Weeknd.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I want to do a record with him just because he's like a talented artist. And like this was one of the hooks I was like considering like scratching the hook and then just let him do something on it. But I don't know. I'll definitely.
I think the tough part with something like that is just you just don't want to burn people out. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have one person try a hook, another person try a hook, and then you don't use the hook, and then you can just get weird. You know what I mean? So I think when you're collaborating, you want to be very intentional that okay, this person's probably going to end up on the record, and it's a win-win. You know what I mean? Right. So, but yeah, good stuff, man. But by far, I think my favorite rapping from you. Like this sounds like the most natural, and your freaking voice is just so buttery on this. Like it sounds really good.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
That's Penny, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got a couple more submissions. Oh, Valid Core just hopped into Zoom. Let's go. All right, where we at? Okay, so we got so I just did Penny. I Am Rescued's not here. I think Asher's here. Okay, I see you, Asher. Thank you for throwing your hand up. All right, I'm gonna go to Asher, and then after Asher we got Silas, and then Valid Core. Guys, I'm going in the order of the submission. Just to be we're clear, going in the order of the submission. So if you're towards the end, your submission is going to be towards the end. We're going the order of the submissions for the people in the Zoom call first. All right. Here we go. Asher, I'll pin you up. Hey, Asher working on some beats. Okay, I see you. Hey, that's a vibe. Asher, I like it, man. I think you should keep producing, boss. I think it's actually really dope. If you're not a producer and you got something sounding that solid, I would keep producing. Okay. And just work through some of the sound selection. You know what I'm saying? Work through some of the sound selection, work through some of the kick sounds, and just like the relationship between your kick and your 808. This genre of music, you want to make sure that relationship between your kick and your 808 is good. By and large, this slaps. Like I think this is dope. You know what I'm saying? Some of the some of those sounds feel a little cheesy, like they need some effects or something. But if you're not a producer and this is like your first attempt, keep going.
I make beats, but this is my first time. Like people are trying to get me to make beats for them.
Okay.
And my first time making something specifically for somebody. They have more of like an NF type sound.
Okay.
And So so I don't know. I'm just trying something out here, but I don't want to send anything over yet unless like that's why I submitted it tonight to get it critiqued and see like what maybe I could work on.
So if the approach is doing something like NF, the thing about NF's production is it's very cinematic, and the string sounds and the symphony sounds sound real. These don't sound like that. These sound very keyboardy. You know what I'm saying? They sound very synthetic. So I would say find better sounds if you're gonna go for theatrical. Like, and you're gonna have to invest in very good sounding strings, because you can't like, you can open up a stock template in whatever DAW and find a good sounding 808. You can find a decent piano. You're not gonna open up a stock sounding thing and find like a fire string section or a fire horn. So you're gonna have to invest some money into getting the right plugin or splice or a combination of the two.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate that feedback.
Yeah, and if you guys have recommendations of good theatrical sounds for Asher, drop them in the chat. And just Asher, keep an eye on that. Just so you know, Asher, if I were trying to make theatrical stuff, or when I do try to have strings on stuff, I don't even attempt, because it's not my wheelhouse. I literally have my buddy DJ Rec. I'll send him something and be like, this needs strings, and then they'll come back to me with like dope strings. And Rec is like really immersed in like the latest string sounds and the latest things, right? And then it'll come back sounding like real strings. But that's not my wheelhouse, so I don't even attempt to do certain things like strings or horns, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. You know what I mean? So appreciate you, Asher. All right, we're gonna keep this thing moving. I think who's next? All right, we got Silas. Silas, turn your camera on when you get a sec, bud. Silas, can you turn your camera on, sir?
Hey. Yeah, it's on.
There you are, my man. Appreciate you. Don't really know how I feel about this one. The E-piano during the transition is a little money. It's like a dance beat. Okay, cool. Start at the very beginning, Silas. This is a beat, or is this a song?
It's just a beat.
Okay, so start it at the very beginning.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go. Silas, I like this, man. This reminds me of, I don't even know if you've heard this record, but this reminds me on some of the production on Yeezus by Kanye. It's just how gritty it is, and how it just has that like, I like it. I like the sound selection. I like the distortions you used. My advice on something like this would be to experiment with a master bus compressor. A master bus compressor will glue your entire sound together, or a soft limiter, hard limiter, master bus compressor.
Like, what is it? Like, I know I used a multi-band on it.
Yeah. Multi-band is cool too, but a master bus compressor will allow you to just get that glued sound where it doesn't sound so dynamic, because you want a production like this, you want that kick to punch, but you want it to feel glued together, and not like, if we're even just looking at this wave, right? Like there's like, you got some really high peaks and the lows are really low. You want it to even out a bit more. And so, or even running it through something like Lander. I think Lander's $10 a month. But the master bus compressor is where you're gonna get more of that pop and that like punch So that would be my recommendation for you, is to explore
Okay,
master
yeah.
bus compressor.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. All in all, I like this though. I like this a lot better than the last thing you submitted. I don't really remember what was the last thing you submitted, but I don't remember liking it this much.
Well, yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Let's see. We got Juan Ayola is not here. Okay. Wait, did I skip anybody? Oh, Harrison. Harrison, turn your camera on, boss. There he is. My man. Here we go.
Yeah, Ballad of the Lost turned Legend of the Saints, huh? That is what I write about now. Clinging to the cross, I've been serving under grace, so think I need some right about now. Might have cracked the code, think I need another case, huh? Dig a hole so I can climb out. Statue made of gold and they want me on my face, but you should know that I don't bow down. This is how you find out what the best at. One true God with my rest at. Tell me you can stand the test time, let me test that. Clinging to the one who never left is your best bet. Might make a stage like the best man on it. Got the mic and the keys on my left hand on it. Laptop
Okay.
Let me go get that running. Pigeon cussed up on the throne up until he can get back from my life. I strive to be like my dad is. I don't really want to be like them bad kids. I just really got to speak life through actions. Watch to see their reactions. But all of this, it takes practice. It can be hard to get off the mattress. Even if the shot goes in with no backspin. Gotta act confident like an actress. Ain't no fluke, no luck in here. Just worldwide grace that conquer fear. You wonder why Christ doesn't come to steal your life. Probably cause you talk to him once a year. Hard to know the plan, you don't know the man. Hard to take a stand, you sink in the sand. Hard to take a chance on your knees in your hand. But please understand the king's in command now. This ain't a threat. This an invitation, huh? I do my best work when I'm in his graces and
Yo, bro, Harrison, this is much better. The freaking vocal take has some life and some energy and dynamics, and you did your thing, bro. You did your thing. So here's so now this is where we go from here. So now you got a sense of how to track vocals, how to get the best take, how to have some energy on it. So now what you got to tap into is the mixing component, the gluing the vocal together. Right now the vocal's a little hot and it's a little too uncompressed, and it needs a little dynamics processing at about the 2.5K range, right? So that's what I want you to start working on, is like figuring out the compression settings and figuring out the de-esser settings and the containment settings right at about 2.4K. When you're recording on a consumer level microphone, they unfortunately accentuate the 2,000 to 3,000 frequency range. Well, the 2,000 to 3,000 frequency range is the actual frequency range that most ears don't like. There's a frequency right about 2,400. And so when you're recording on a consumer microphone, and your tone is in a register like this, you have to contain that frequency. And so what I do is, if you could find a de-esser, is I would de-ess your vocal, and then I would literally take another de-esser. If you don't understand how dynamics processing works, you should figure that out. But take a de-esser,
I got you.
and then slide it over at the 2.4K. Right around there somewhere, and just contain that frequency. You don't want to suck it out and completely lose the vocal, but you just want to contain it a little bit, and you'll notice it just starts to sound a little cleaner, less harsh in those higher tones. And I want you to experiment with that. So this right in that like 2,000 to 3,000 range is where I think your EQ needs a little love.
Okay, sounds good. Even a de-esser at the 2.5.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can get there. De-esser is just, a de-esser is oftentimes what most people have access to. Like, folks can find a de-esser and just try that, right? Because a de-esser is ultimately doing the same thing. It's just compressing one frequency, right? Versus a multi-band compressor, you can compress multiple frequencies. So it's the same idea.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Very well done, man. Appreciate you. I appreciate the growth and the application. That's most like exciting for me, is when folks actually like submit something, and then we give them feedback, and then they come back the next week or the week after that, and it's actually better. That just freaking blesses my heart. And,
glad to hear it.
Yeah, man, great job. All right, guys, we got Valid Core in the house. I'm gonna pin him up here. All right, Valid Core, is this gonna feature some of the auto-tune box?
Not this one.
I was so excited.
I wanted so bad for it to be ready today, but the mix is not there. But yeah, I got them right here. killing these things. I love them so much faster. So few takes of these. I love it. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I want to hear you on that, man.
Hey, when you do hear this one, this is a rough mix. Tell me what you want in the final mix.
Okay.
That's been working so well for me. I've been doing exactly what you're saying for the final mix. So that's what I'm wanting to hear on
Okay.
this.
Valid core, bro. This is definitely better and a step in the right direction. In terms of the mixing, I still feel like the synths are a little too loud and conflicting with your vocal. So what I'm doing, if I'm you, is I'm tucking the bass synth a bit, and I'm pushing your lead vocal out, and I'm adding some reverb and some echo. And if you're gonna go for like the 80s vibe, like go for those effects, like make that vocal wet and make it float, right? So that would be my advice, is like, yo, make that vocal more prominent, make sure it's compressed, make sure it's in my face, and then tuck some of the synth frequencies that are kind of clashing with your vocal, because your vocal and those synths, it becomes difficult to know what I'm supposed to be listening to, because they're all like in that same range. The sound selection is cool, and I think your drums are getting better in terms of like your sounds are coming up, you know, and the synths are fat. It's just they're just a little too fat. They're a little too present, in my opinion.
No, I know what you mean. In the mixes I've been doing from the songs that you've heard, I've been clearing out a path for my vocals, pumping the drums up a lot more. This is in the final, what I'm calling it the master, but every time I've mastered it, it's a better take. So I just keep on going.
There you go. Keep going, man. And I want to hear you use the auto-tune and the reverb, man.
Me up for the awesome mix. Shout out to Conscience. He's really just changed the way that I go about my final mixes.
So Conscious is mixing a record for you?
Not this one.
But he is working on one for you.
The one that you did on the Facebook Live whenever you were banned.
Okay.
When you did that fan love, it was that song, and he just killed it. It's awesome.
Very cool, man. I'm looking forward to hearing that, man. That's gonna be awesome. All right, guys, that's Valid Core. We got a few more submissions. Make sure you guys stick around. We just got a new record in from Nick D, so that's gonna be exciting. Let's see, where we at? Israel Perez is not here. Joey Daniel is here. Joey Daniel, make sure your camera's on for me if you would, good sir. I'm gonna pin you up here in just a second. Joey Daniel. Actually, I need you to turn your camera on first. So we got Joey Daniel, and then we got Morel Pruitt Jr., and then who else? And then Marseille. So Joey Daniel, I need you to turn the camera on. If you could. I can't pin you up if you don't turn your camera on. So, okay, so I guess maybe I'll come back to Joey. There he is. There he is, my man. Here we go. Let's get you situated. You can keep yourself muted for now. 18 seconds. Here we go.
Ask me why I listen to that game, and I listen to the lanes. Goodbye. Told me be a student, people teach you what to do, and they gon' teach you what to not do. If you walking with the body, just remember what it costs, and if you want it, then you got it.
That octave jump, guys. Yo, I'm telling you, the octave jump in a record is one of the easiest ways to create emotion. I'm gonna run it back because this is an underutilized technique, but it sounds so fire, and it's not super complicated to do if you start out in the right range. So just listen how this starts and then listen to where he takes it to.
Told me be a student, people teach you what to do, and they gon' teach you what to not do. If you walking with the body, just remember what it costs, and if you want it, then you got it.
Don't make you feel something. Come on.
I should've knew that that was bait. I knew that that was bait. But the dog in me got his tongue, y'all don't wanna taste. But the other me is talking like what it become today. So the path ain't just never, boy, it's also long and straight. Only few will take it, that's why only few be great. Most things easy, always sleazy, can't afford it, just be wasting time. I might trip or fall, but I ain't gonna be laying down. Only way I can make it is if I make a saying none. But you ain't ready, just keep it steady. Temptations at the top could be deadly. Okay, I know I got some problems, but thank God that he always got me. Shout out to the king, yeah, he always stayed providing. Even through my backsliding, was lost but I was hiding. Can't deny it, I was wrong. Yeah, I know. Pops told me be a student, people teach you what to do, and they gon' teach you what to not do. If you're walking with the body, just remember what it costs, and if you want it, then you got it. But look, liabilities, bitch, like things that you knew I wasn't gonna get. If it their way, getting pushed like some place, I be training like a monkey. God sending giants, why you think I'm training? What you think this
Yeah. Yeah, man. Come on. Yo, this joint is nuts. Okay, yo, Joey, what I like about this is like my man K-Dub said, he ain't even listening to the words. I wasn't even listening to the words, but just the way this makes me feel is so freaking dope. There's one part I wish you would have repeated. I'm gonna pull it back because I think this is really clever. That right there. That. Like I would have milked that. Those mutes and just those little punches, I would have milked that. I think that would have been really cool. Outside of that, bro, this is a slapper, man. Let me know when this is out. I'll add it to the playlist. I think you bodied this. I really messed with it. And that again, that octave jump is it just creates emotion, man. And you definitely did your thing on this, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I didn't know if it was ready or not, so that's why I submitted it.
Nah, man. I messed with it. I messed with it big time, bro. Joey Daniel, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we gonna keep this thing moving. We got Morel. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Morel, if you could turn your camera on for me. He got a SoundCloud link for us. Let's jump right into it. This song's still demo. Wanting to see what you think about the vibe. All right, let's check you out.
And it took me a while to see, but now I believe you are the one for me.
Yo, do you say name Morel?
Yeah, Morel.
What did you record this into? I like the song, by the way. Definitely, somebody said it gives them 90s worship vibes, commission vibes. Yep, I can hear that. What did you record this into?
Logic.
Logic, perfect. Okay, so there are parts where your pitch is like perfect, like some of those harmonies, those notes, and then the in-between notes, it needs some work. And so I know this is a rough mix. So in Logic, I would really go in and mess with the flex pitch feature. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Hopefully I'm not saying that.
But I've been messing with that, and I also have Waves Tune.
Okay.
And I had it on originally, but then I turned it off like before I exported it. And this is like just something that like I started working on it like last week. I wrote it like maybe a year ago, but I'm just now getting around to recording it. And with the vocal, like the lead vocal, I think like the background harmonies and stuff, I'm going to keep that. But I actually want to have somebody else sing the lead vocal now. Really? Because I don't think my voice doesn't suit the vibe that I'm going for with the song. I want it to sound more smoother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My
so
voice isn't.
Here's what I would encourage you to do. I would encourage you to take another stab at the vocal, but I want you to run pitch correction like auto tune or waves tune or something like that in your headphones while you're singing it. And I want you to comp it, meaning take your time, punch in every couple bars. And what the auto tune is doing is we're not trying to create an auto tune vibe. You just want the auto tune to guide you so that when you're off, you'll hear it faster, right? You'll hear the T-Pain effect, right? So this is a technique people use to get through their takes and to make sure that they're in tune, and then print it without the auto tune, and then go in, and if you're going to pitch correct, use the flex pitch in Logic. And at the very least, you walk through this whole process and you know how to do that, right? Okay. At the best, you might like taking another stab at it. You might actually like how your vocal sounds when you're hitting those notes a bit cleaner. You know what I mean? So I think you have a great tone. It just sounds like you're still developing as a singer, and I think some of that you can lean into technology to tighten up some of the pitch issues. But there's parts of it where your tone just sounds very beautiful and rich. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a vibe. So I would say, hey man, lean into the technology side, because I think you might be able to hit those notes a little cleaner, those in between notes, and then again, we're printing dry, so we're not going for a finished T-Pain vibe. We just want that in your headphones to guide you to hit every single note cleaner. And then comp the takes, meaning do the first 2 bars and give yourself a couple of options for the first 2 bars. Then do the second 2 bars, and you got 3 or 4 options. Right? It's a longer process, but you'll be surprised how good of a sound you can get out of your vocal by working through this process. And then use the flex pitch to get the notes perfect.
Yeah. For that, would I, with the auto, with waves tune or with the pitch correction and Logic, would I have it like hard, like
as hard as you can bear, as hard as you can bear it? Like there's gonna be a certain point where like, if it's too hard, you're just gonna be like, oh, this sounds gross, right? But relatively speaking, how hard can you push it to the point where it's not distracting you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think you can. I just spend another couple hours on it. I really feel like there's something here, and I just don't want you to sell yourself short or be like, I don't really like my vocal, I'm just gonna move on. I think you finish this, you get it out yourself, and it might be a vibe. It may not be a vibe though. You know what I mean? So experiment, have some fun, be curious. My son is 6. He's freaking curious about everything. Go back to that mentality you were as a kid, where you're just trying to tinker with stuff and learn stuff and try stuff. Like I think there's something here with your voice, bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Good stuff, boss. All right, guys. My man Emmanuel in the house. And then I think we got 1 or 2 more submissions after Emmanuel. And of course, we got that new Nick D. Where's Emmanuel? There you are. All right, Emmanuel been, I made the song with the auto-tune down. Yes! I am so excited for this.
Like he really been talking about there like I gotta get it talking about
Just we talking about my father right. MC, you know why I be with you, give me what I need. Us, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit. I say that 'cause Holy Spirit make me righteous. Holy Spirit, I just say like Holy Spirit. This ain't a game when it's Holy Spirit. This 'cause He made Holy
Yeah, man.
Everything in your life you don't understand, 'cause it ain't when you. Why you doing what you doing, you don't know too. I ain't give it to a fucker 'cause you know I stick to everything. Talking about loving you, only man, you gotta get like you. Everything, I'm stick to it 'cause I understand. This ain't nothing that you understand.
Yeah, that beat slap too.
Talking red light, talking about really feet. High sight, ooh, that's how you be. Alright, that's okay. You don't understand, so I gotta talk to you. I'm gonna get it so you understand how to do. Do for low like.
Yo, Emmanuel, I noticed this feels unnatural for you. I like this. Like, I think this is a vibe. I think your tone, your natural tone is dope. Obviously, it's not what you're used to, but I think there's something here, and this is what I would do. I would stack this with more reverb, and I would stack this with more natural pitch correction. So the parts where you know you're iffy, instead of it having that like T-Pain underwater effect that you normally would have it, I would pitch correct it with like a Melodyne and clean up those notes. It's a more tedious process, but I think you're gonna have a more cleaner sound and less of like the underwater T-Pain sound. And you still have some of that vibe here, but I like your voice, bro. Like, you got a very rich voice, and like, I don't know, I just like your tone. And I don't want you to hide behind auto-tune when you have like a fire tone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Did you do the beat too?
Huh? No. Me and the guy, like you said.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, bro. The beat slaps. Like that. Y'all got some chemistry on the production. Like, this beat slaps.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man. I like it, bro. I'm for real. I like it. Well, you're going into FL, right? Is that what you're recording into?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
All FL.
So let's see. Does Melodyne work with FL? I don't know if Melodyne works with FL.
I never heard of Melodyne. I mean, I heard of Melodyne from you, but I never really looked into it.
Okay, yeah, Melodyne works in FL. So I want you to see, like, I think you can get a trial of Melodyne.
Okay.
And just, yeah, like I think it's like a 7-day trial, just a month trial, and I would get the trial of Melodyne and see how it sounds combined with your normal vocal pitch, your normal vocal take. You know what I mean?
So no auto tune, just Melodyne.
No. Like, the auto tune you have here is fine. Stack this with those notes that you know you're like off, and auto tune's not hitting it fast enough. Pitch correct it more naturally with Melodyne. And Truthed has done this too. Like, we've had a couple people walk through this process, and like the other side of it, you'll be like, oh, this is how the songs on a radio sound cleaner. Like, the auto tune is there slapping, but it also is cleaner. So I want you to try Melodyne. There's different tiers, but just try the trial first and find the trial that you like.
How much is it?
So there's like different tiers. There's a $99 version, there's a $250 version, and there's all the way up to like a very expensive version. And I don't remember off top which one is the one you want. I think
I just tried it out how you said.
Yeah, just try it out. But it definitely looks like it works with FL. But just try it out.
Spell it out for me, Melodyne.
Melodyne. Let me see if I could just drop it in the chat. Hold up. It looks like IsoTube has a subscription that includes Melodyne for $20 a month. That's dope. I didn't know that. That could actually be worth it if you're trying to use a bunch of different plugins, and that's included. I just dropped it in the chat here. Jonathan, thank you for telling us that, man. That's actually very helpful. But yeah, bro, I like this. Like, I think this is good. I think your voice. Yeah, I don't know. I just like your tone, bro. Like, I like your tone. I like the swag without so much of the auto-tune drip. You know what I'm saying? And I want you just to experiment, because I think you're gonna tap in and find your own pitch correction, and it's gonna be like, wow, this is fire.
Yo, a record label. reached out to me. I
Hey.
don't know if it's fake or not.
I mean, there's labels reach out at all times. They do be scamming sometimes. So do your research on that.
So don't do it. Right?
I mean, do your research on it. I would say anybody that's getting a record label to reach out before you got a booming song,
right,
is probably either a scam or it's going to be a awful deal, or a combination of the two. A scam, an awful deal that's a scam. So I think in order for like a conversation, maybe Nick D will pop in and share some of his experience, because he'd be talking to labels and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm not signing no label, bro.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, man. But that's dope, bro. Either way, build your worth first. Amen. All right, Emmanuel, I like it, bro. I like you. I like it. Keep going. That's Emmanuel, ladies and gentlemen. He's definitely been on a glow up, just putting in work, man. I'm proud of that dude. Okay, we got the homie Marseille. How do you say your name, boss? I probably butchered it.
Oh, it's Marceau.
Marceau. Okay, my fault, boss. All right, I got you pinned up. We're going to jump right in.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Explicit.
Heard that Jesus is the white man's God. That's the devil's lies. Even when them problems rise, I still know that God resides inside. Yeah. So I asked the Holy Spirit, who these people really fearing? They say that the end is nearing, cause it's people disappearing. So we gotta raise a remnant, preach the gospel to the children, tell them to repent from sinning. Picture Jesus up there grinning, he can't wait to make a finish. Praying for the non-believers, never thought I was a leader. Gotta feed the sheep like FEMA, showing where the grass is greener. I ain't no preacher. You could tell from my demeanor, I'm the intervener. Trying to get to what is deeper, they don't want to understand. I know God ain't in their plans, cause if he was, you would stand. But what's right? Not just one singular plight, but be the cause to reunite. Can't hear no fear when I'm around, and I ain't looking for no crown. God spoke to me like Moses, told me this is holy ground. They was lost and now they found.
I know you need Jesus.
I know.
I know you need Jesus.
Stop running.
I know you need Jesus.
What?
I know you need Jesus.
But I ain't finished yet. Faith don't correlate with intellect. Christians been a threat since God sent his best. I'm hearing people say the universe when God made the system work. I know it hurts. You don't want to have to answer to Jehovah Jireh standards. Please don't take mercy for granted. My feet planted. This world is like the Titanic. So where's the life jacket? It's Jesus Christ, the way to life. The only reason I came to fight, and so I rap on mics.
Yo, I messed with this record. I feel like the hook needs some work. I think your rapping is solid. Basics of the hook, it just needs either some auto tunes, some stacks, some female harmony. You just got to do something to kind of bring it to life more. I think it's a bit too bare with just you. Or maybe have one of your kids sing it. I see you got your kids with you in the background. Maybe have like your little girl sing it. You know what I'm saying? And just like experiment with some different ideas. You're still muted, by the way, so I can't hear you. But that would be my advice. I like the lyrics and I like the message. And I think there's a lot of potential there. Hold on, it's like an echo. I think. Okay. Yeah. So that would be my advice. I think the hook needs some work, but I think your daughter singing it could be a vibe. Like a kid singing it could be pretty dope. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Yeah. Experiment, man.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, brother. Good stuff, man.
All right, blessings.
All right, now. All right, we gonna keep this thing. I think we got like 1 or 2 submissions left. Or maybe my man Nick D will call in. He dropped some new heat on us that I'm about to get to. I think Juan. Wait, did we get to everybody? Martin. Oh, I'm waiting for Martin's new link. All right, I'm gonna jump into some of this new Nick D real quick while we wait for Martin's new link. And Nick D dropped us with a spoken word and a new music video. Jeez Louise. Nick, call in, man. Talk to us about record labels. How record labels be trifling.
and then give away the tears they don't have the courage to shed and end up hurting again. We live in a world where there's mocking and cheating. A difference in opinion is grounds for blocking or deleting. And society tells you success is coffee and meetings instead of doing what you actually enjoy. So if you have a passion for something like acting or running or rapping or drumming or carving your name in the back of a pumpkin, whatever, do that. Don't forget to make time for that. Better yet, don't make excuses for why you can't do it, why you don't have the time, or why life is elusive. Just this morning, how many times did you hit snooze? But you don't have time to start that business. But you got time for Reddit and, well, Netflix and chill. Only thing looking up is your credit and bills. Is that what you want out of life? Your one life. There's too many people acting like there's redos or restarts or resets. Just recharge and go get what you want. Why? Because I don't believe God puts desires on our hearts so that we won't try. Our talents are God's gift to us. What we do with them is our gift back to God. You're perfectly imperfect and wonderfully flawed. So when you pretend that you're not, it makes you a fraud. Woo! So break the facade and take what you've got and go do something. Be something. Be you. With love.
Yeah, I gotta see this new music video.
If I call you, will you answer?
Sheesh.
If I call you, will you answer?
Wow, that's dope.
If I call you.
All right, that's Nick. Let's see this new music video. Ooh.
I forgot I sent you this one already.
They try to stir up all the drama. I just hop on the saddle, right into battle. Lonely mackerel that can spit like tobacco. You need a palace, need a castle, need a tail you can tattle. You need a gossip, little rascal, need a price you can haggle.
Yeah.
No, I am the one. High in the pants, the light of the stance. Big boat, little boat. Yeah, that's what you see. Blink. Don't blink. Don't been a misdirection. Hey, what's up, dude?
Word, triple word, I ain't know it was Scrabble. This ain't random, ain't a raffle. Ain't the time to be bashful. This ain't no can't-top-rap. This anti-cap in a capsule. I'm beside myself, I'm a shadow.
Big dog, gotta eat like I'm Rick Ross. We lost, you a sheep, man, I'm Big Sean. Finally famous, a machine, man, I'm TikTok.
Come on.
Little raw, little mean, like a big dog, gotta eat, gotta eat. Rick Ross, you a sheep, Big Sean. Finally famous, man, I'm TikTok, little mean.
The seven short ends, anyone wanna see a puppet, go ahead. Lock your phone, then you start to see it coming, go ahead. Bring it back, round back, like a mullet, where you at? Give me two, get your attitude adjusted. Throw an F in the chat, now you spaz, now you done it, go ahead, laugh, all tab. But I had the repercussions, everything you said about me sounding like a bad assumption. About to pop off like a button, I don't need no introduction, man.
Big dog, gotta eat like I'm Rick Ross. We lost, you a sheep, man, I'm Big Sean. Finally famous,
Oh my
machine, man, I'm TikTok. Little raw, little mean, like a big dog, gotta eat, gotta eat. Rick Ross, you a sheep, Big Sean. Finally famous, man, I'm TikTok, little mean.
Hey, bring that bad that you be rapping on. Shout out to the symbol, got me feeling like a Capricorn. I ain't even flashy, man, I'm shaggy with a paddock on. Homie, what you doing? Vibes wrong like it's Babylon. People start to talk, I cut them off right there. I seen their intentions, I done lost some friends. Here today, but not tomorrow, man, they gone like trends. I know way too many people try to ball like this. Yeah, big dog, gotta eat like I'm Rick Ross. When you lost, you a sheep, man, I'm Big Sean. Finally famous, a machine, man, I'm TikTok. Little raw, little mean.
Yeah, man. This man. It's better the second time. I've seen that a while ago when you sent it to me, but it's definitely doper the second time. Hold on, let me make you bigger. Give me 1 sec. Right half. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Okay, so Nick, I wanted you to call in, one, just because you're always sending fire music, but two, because you've been consistently putting in work for a long time. Obviously, if you're a friend of this channel, you should be familiar with who Nick D is. But this is why I wanted you to talk about, like, you're in the spot where, because you've put in a lot of work, you now are getting some of these looks. You now are getting some of these, these opportunities, these partnerships. And I want people to get a realistic gauge of when labels actually start calling. And so can you just briefly talk about kind of what happened to get a big label, not like a rinky-dink label, like a big label to hit you up, and just kind of give us a synopsis of that, and then why you turned it down.
Okay. I mean, my approach, right, and most people know this, is day by day, brick by brick, the long route. I believe it creates longevity in your career. So that's my approach. So I've been slowly building for 2 years. Some people, it looks fast, but for me, like, at the rate that I create, it's slow for me still. But now that doesn't mean people don't get hit up off maybe even the first song they put out, right? TikTok, realistically, I know people who put out their first song, had it go quote unquote viral, and get hit up by, like, somebody Colombia, because they see the song doing, 1 million streams first month, picking up. Colombia will swoop in and scoop it. They got their eye on that. So it's not unrealistic for that to happen, but it's not often, right? So anyway, 2 years in, and I finally got a song. I mean, I've had a few labels in the past, but this is my biggest label that reached out. Finally got a song that's doing well.
And it's the Pineapple song that I played earlier, guys. The Pineapple song. Just give us some context of where your numbers are and what the song did, the numbers the song did.
Okay. So it's 2 weeks in now. The song it's probably 2 weeks in like a day, or 2 weeks, couple of days. The song is at 280,000 streams on Spotify, 120,000 on Apple Music. So collectively, 400,000 streams in a 2 week span. So that's great. All labels now, most labels are algorithmic based. They're not. Some of them still are, building artists. I forget what they call that. Where they find somebody and they try to build something around them. But most labels now are algorithmic based. They're waiting to see who's doing it on their own, and then can we swoop in and capitalize on it / grow something together. So Pineapple's doing those numbers. They got hit up by a label. They wanted to do a licensing deal. So that's not signing it's not signing as an artist. That's not signing my whole catalog. That's signing the one song to a licensing deal. They licensed the rights of the song, the master, from me. This deal was 10 years. One thing I didn't like was that it was 10 years. The split they offered me better than most. It was 60-40 my way. So 60% my way. I'm just super transparent. They offered me $5,000 advance. And in my mind, at the rate it's doing now, so $5,000 is what? 1.5 million streams. I'm like, $5,000 to me at the rate the song's already going, it's not enough. But they also offered $10,000 in marketing budget and all their connections, Spotify playlists, Snapchat, Apple Music playlists, TikTok influencers, all that, right? It comes with all their plugs. So that's already 15 grand though. That's 15 grand recoupable money, which means I need to pay that back to the label before I see $1. Aside from in advance, but I don't see that as profit. So after that, it's a benchmark, right? They said they'll feed me again. They'll give me another $10,000, and then as an advance, and they'll put another 20 into marketing. That's 50 grand. So in my mind, they're already expecting to spend 50 grand on this song. 50 grand money that I need to pay back. Not like I need to pay that back, and I need to pay it back out of my 60%. So I'm consistently in debt, and that's why they keep giving me an advance, to keep me in debt so that they can keep making money on the side on their 40%. In my mind, that's not a partnership. In my mind, that's still, how Kanye put it, raping the artist. So I turned it down for those reasons. I turned it down because the initial advance, $5,000, was not enough to me. There is a lot of benefit if the song does blow up, because I still own my entire catalog and I get to keep any exposure that comes with anything that they do, which was a pro that I was weighing in with the cons, but I ended up passing on it. And I'm going to do the same things they were going to do.
Just with your own money and keep 100%.
Just with my own money. Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happens when you are an artist like Nick with, I don't know, how many songs you got on your catalog, 100 plus songs, generating, you know, a full-time income off of your music now, 2 years in, 60,000+ followers on Instagram, over 100, where you at, 150,000 on TikTok, 20,000 on YouTube. So Nick has real numbers with real fans, with real streams. And to give you guys context, this is a song that's about to do like 500,000 in 2 weeks, right? And those are the numbers that are being presented to him. And again, we don't got to name the label, but is it okay if I name some of the artists that are affiliated with the label? Yeah. So this is the indie arm of a major label. A couple of artists that you guys are probably familiar with that go through this label, this arm that some of them are signed to subsidiaries. This is the same label, the same arm that puts out Migos, Lil Yachty, and NF. Okay, NF's last project. So you guys go do the research. You can figure it out. We're not gonna name check the label because we're gonna be classy about it. But understand that in Nick's eyes, it's still an unfair deal on the caveat that he has to recoup from his 60%. Why is that a problem? Because if they give him all in, let's just call it 100K, he has to generate the label 180K, right? So okay, I'll clean up the math. Let's just say they give him 60 grand advance and marketing. He has to generate them 100,000 to pay back the 60,000 that he got. You guys understand how that math works? That's what recoupable means. This is why it's not in your favor to do a lot of these deals. And this is the kind of deal you want. This is a licensing deal. This is a one song deal, right? They don't own the master indefinitely deal. But to him, he's doing the math and he's saying, yo, if I get 60, I gotta a song has to earn 100 just to break even. And I could go scrape up my own $10,000 or $20,000 and work the song myself and potentially keep 100% of the proceeds. So I'm just trying to break this stuff down because a lot of artists are gonna be like, a label hit me up, so-and-so said this, when can I get signed? Wrong questions too early in the process. What are the right questions they should be asking, Nick, when they're just starting out?
Just starting out?
Yeah, like they're in this stream. They have under 10,000 Instagram followers. What are the better questions they could be asking? Not when a label is going to reach out. When can I make money off of music? What are better questions?
Better questions. How can I get in front of more people? How can I speed up my creation process? How can I release more content? Content is king in this game. Volume. It's a volume game. I put this on my story the other day. I'm gonna say it again here. If I got 5 songs out and I need to make, let's say making a living is 1 million streams a month, $3,500 a month. Most people can live off of that. So 1 million. If I got 5 songs out, each one of those songs on average needs to do 6,500 streams a day. Okay, a day. Now, if you got 100-song catalog, each one of your songs has to do 350 streams a day on average. How much more attainable is it for each one of your songs to get 350 streams a day than it is for each one of your songs to get 6,500 streams a day?
Come on.
That's why my catalog is so big. That's why it really is a volume game. And then when you get a song to pop, like Pineapple, for me, Pineapple starts moving, my whole catalog goes up.
Come on.
I went from because Pineapple shot up, I went from 18,000 streams a day to 40,000 streams a day across my catalog. So it's yeah, anyway.
Yeah, that's good. And again, it's a numbers game, guys. 33,000 streams a day, or around 30,000 streams a day, is 1 million streams a month on Spotify. 1 million streams a month is about $3,500 a month, $3,500 to $4,000 a month off Spotify. Plus, to generate that kind of interest, you're gonna have some Apple Music money, iTunes money, and all the other DSPs. So I want to bring you guys I want to point you guys to someone that's actually in this world, who's really doing it at a level. Like, look up Nick D, look up his numbers. This isn't some, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, we're not talking rinky-dink labels. We're not talking rinky-dink stuff. Like, this is real deal. This is someone that's in the position to make a full-time income off their income, and this is how this all plays out. And it's a label reaching out. The later they reach out, the better it is. The longer you wait, the better the deal. The more you negotiate, the more of your own money you have, the better the situation. It's just negotiating one-on-one, right? He who has the least to lose will always win the negotiation. And so Nick didn't like the terms. They weren't able to come back with better terms. And guess what? He wins because he's going to have another fine apple. He's going to have another dozen fine apples, right? And he's going to have another songs, and it might take 6 months or a year or whatever. But now he's at a spot where he's surviving. He's living off of his music, not to mention the other revenue streams. And yeah, man, so those are the things I want you guys to be thinking about. Nick, any other final thoughts for these artists that are here, that are looking to just, get to that next level?
I mean, if you're down, you can open up questions for a few minutes if you want.
Yeah, anybody got questions? If you're in the Zoom chat, you got a question for Nick, feel free to throw your hand up. If you're in the live stream, you got a question for Nick, throw your they can't throw their hand up in the live stream, but feel free to ask Nick any questions. We'll do a couple questions and then we'll move on to the stream. We only got a couple more submissions. Ruslan, have you shared your story about your music? Yes, I shared a bit on my testimony, my exposed series. I'm gonna go to let me go to Anthony, and then we'll go to Marsal. Hold on, shoot, I'm trying to add Anthony and Nick to the same thing. It's being weird.
Yes, sir.
Give me 1 sec, boss. Okay, I'm gonna full screen both of you guys, and go for it. Nick's with you.
Yes, sir. Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, boss.
Sure.
Yo, appreciate the opportunity first to just be able to talk about this. But I think sometimes I struggle with this idea of me embracing the whole Christian hip hop rapping title and just being a rapper. And I know this is probably a common thing that's kind of talked about, but it's like, a lot of times when hearing the title of Christian hip hop rapper, people already kind of filter you in to a certain category. And though I do believe like the heartbeat of a lot of my music is faith-based, I think I just struggle with the title sometimes, because it's like, I don't want people to miss the reality of what I'm talking about when hearing it. So just any advice in that?
Yo, Nick is literally the perfect person to ask this question to, man, because you've literally done it the way you wanted to do it. While I'm gonna shut up. You go ahead, boss. Go ahead.
I mean, you said it in your question. You said, you know where your heart is,
Yeah.
And if you know where your heart is, and you keep an eye on it, so for me, my goal is to reach the furthest person out, right? The person who would turn away as soon as you say Jesus, the person who would not even know or not even care, right? And I want to show that through my actions, but I want to put it in a package that they would be open to receiving, like I want to bundle it in a way that is something that they may already sonically like, but then when they get a little deeper into it, right? Now, as far as, I don't know, it's weird. Christian, I've stayed on the outskirts of CHH, like, I'm in and I'm out. I've never really like said, hey, I am CHH rapper. But I was a Rapzilla freshman, like stuff like that. But I really think truly it's keep an eye on your heart. Make sure that your why isn't changing. And as long as you know your why, other people are always going to have opinions on your why. Somebody commented the other day on one of my YouTube videos and said, these lyrics or whatever, don't be of the world, be. And I'm like, really? I'm like, but, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Let me go to Marsal, and then I'm gonna go to Bats. Thank you for doing this, Nick. I think this is very helpful, boss.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, go ahead, boss. You're live with Nick.
Yes, sir. Nick, my question was, since we all know like Instagram is like one of the biggest ways to grow your fan base organically, what were like the practical steps that you used in order to like people who don't know you, for them to be able to recognize you? What were the practical steps, like hashtags? Like what did you do?
I would say right now it's really TikTok. Right now it's TikTok. But if you want me to answer Instagram, I will. Or if you want me to dive into TikTok, because I would go all in on TikTok if I were you.
TikTok, okay. I never really explored TikTok.
You want me to talk TikTok or you want me to talk Instagram?
Both. I mean, I'm open to both.
Cloth talk, TikTok or Instagram, both. Cloth talk, come on.
I mean, TikTok is really where it's at, and it is truly right now for musicians truly the most organic way to grow.
Come on.
Which and what I mean by that is you don't have to pay any type of ad money. If the content is good, you will get into the algorithm. And it's people just rapping, like you're sitting right there in front of your camera, rapping over a beat playing on a computer, and they're getting 500,000 views per video. And it's all based upon how good are they? You know, how good are they? Are they getting it? Are people watching the whole thing? So TikTok, I can break down the algorithm for you. It's a point system. A rewatch is the highest points. Watching all the way through, audience retention is right below that. And then you got shares, comments, and likes. That's how the TikTok algorithm goes. You can get somebody to watch your video twice, you're going to go viral. If you can get somebody to watch all the way through, you're going to go semi-viral. So find a way to get them to the end of the video, some sort of payoff. And what you'll see is when your TikTok goes up, your Instagram goes up. So in a way, TikTok is a way to grow your Instagram. Today, Instagram, Reels. Reels has the same algorithm that TikTok does. Reels it's built the same way. It's Instagram's TikTok. You know, it's just a way to compete. And they're pushing Reels. There's people going viral on Reels, getting 50,000 followers a day because they're getting into the Reels algorithm. I know Francis, he got 150K from TikTok over to his Instagram because he has 1 million on TikTok. He got 150K of those to go to his Instagram. That's
crazy.
Then he went viral on Instagram, on Reels, and now he's at almost 500,000 on Instagram.
Okay, so TikTok. I mean, all right. I just never explored that, so that's all I gotta do.
Start that's posting. Good. That's good. And I think what Nick is saying is be an early adapter. Like get on a platform that's not pay to play yet. Facebook, Instagram, they're all pay to play. YouTube, you got to touch the algorithm different, right? Like as someone that's touched the algorithm, you got to touch the algorithm a little different. It's not really set up for musicians as much as like TikTok is. TikTok, if you can rap, if you're good, if you can get to the point, if you're good looking, if you're funny, you can be disruptive, and it's still more of a meritocracy on TikTok, meaning that it's about the merit, not about the hype and the buzz and the clout, right? Like Nick said, there's literally people that just sit and rap and they don't got a fancy camera, they don't got anything crazy going on, and they pop off on TikTok, and then they could transition that over. So I think that's really good, Nick.
Yeah. Okay. And it's how you package it. What I've been doing is thinking of ways to deliver my music to where it doesn't seem like I'm trying to promote my song. Something organic, something that like, so I did one where I rode down a hill on a longboard and I'm singing a song. People want to watch that. They want to see if I fall. They want to see if I drop my laptop. They want to see, so they're watching all the way to the end. And by that time, they've heard my whole song. Now they like my song. Stuff like that.
That's good. That's good. Let me go to Baptist. Actually, let me go to Baptist. Let's see. Baptist going to throw. Baptist 702 is going to throw a curveball question at you, Nick. Just so you know, he's going to ask you something about something. Let's see. Where'd he go? Baptist, there you are. Hold on. Let me go to Baptist. There he is, my man. You live with Nick, Baptist.
Well, it's good to be with y'all again on the Zoom call. I assure you, Nick, I'm not going to throw you a question. It's more of a commentary. At least two different comments, really. I personally may not necessarily be inclined to rap in general because I'm more of a classical type, contemporary praise and worship type guy. So you'll see me want to listen to more choral classical music that what stem from church history and a lot of sacred music, and also praise and worship in the general sense. But another thing I do want to say is that it's unfortunate that when you mentioned earlier, some people might put you into some kind of box or category when it comes down to the idea of Christian hip hop or rap. And that's an unfortunate reality, because just about when anyone thinks of the word rap, they automatically think Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, people like them, and they tend to think more of gangster rap, the thug life, as it were.
Yep.
Unfortunate, but it's a reality in our culture. But one thing I do want to say is that, and of course, Ruslan, I believe he may have mentioned it a few times in his whole issue between the culture in which the church was involved, and unfortunately, a lot of fundamental influence that kind of made Christianity back out of the mainstream culture. But unfortunately, I think what may have happened in our time is that when there may have been some conflicts between Christianity and maybe other philosophies, the Christian church probably got to a point where they're like, okay, well, screw the culture. We're just going to retreat into our own Christian ghettos, as it were, and just focus on more of hymns and more of gospel type feels. It's unfortunate, but as I believe Ruslan and a number of other Christian content makers have pointed out, once upon a time, the church, whether Catholic or Protestant, was the very source of a lot of artistic influence.
Yes.
And thankfully, I am seeing, like on TikTok, when I mentioned a few times, I mentioned once on Ruslan's Zoom call, I had to delete TikTok, and it was just too much of Sodom and Gomorrah. But when I was scrolling through TikTok and was following other Christian content makers, I did stumble upon a number of either contemporary praise and worship or even Christian rappers, and some of that stuff was downright pretty nice, truth be told. So I wouldn't be able to necessarily get their name off the top of my head, but I would definitely say there seems to be a rise. Let me stop saying it seems. There is a rise of Christian praise and worship to one degree or another, whether hip hop or rap or more of the praise and worship setting we have on Sunday morning rising on TikTok, which I think is absolutely excellent.
Yeah. Baptist, do you think, not to cut you off, Nick, but Baptist, do you think that with everything you just said about TikTok, with everything Nick is talking about, with everything we're doing on the stream, do you think that we can be the head and not the tail in terms of art and culture and music, potentially for the next 50 years or 100 years? And could the church get back to that place? Is it possible?
Excuse my French, but it's going to take a hell of a lot of time for us to get to that point. Truth be told, it's going to take some real time and investment on behalf of those who come to know Christ as Lord and Savior. It's going to take a serious investment in the culture and a serious investment on actually getting the church to understand and comprehend the concept of actually making good music.
Come on.
That's the hard truth. That's the hard truth of the matter right there in and of itself, because whenever you actually, for example, let's take a look at, what's it called? Now I'm going to detour from music to more of mainstream movies necessarily. When you take a look at movies like Lord of the Rings and The Chronicles of Narnia, phenomenal series, Chronicles of Narnia. Underrated in my opinion, but still pretty decent. And Lord of the Rings, one of the most powerful, granted, written by Roman Catholic, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot of good Christian teaching that comes from that particular franchise.
Come on.
So when people actually look at what it means to create actual good stories, good music, well, I think if the church understands what it means to tell a good story and actually understand that God created art in a sense in which it's absolutely beautiful and sublime to the nth degree, and especially when it comes from the one who is the divine composer himself. When people understand that concept and are willing to study the actual subject matter in order to understand what it means to make good music, then I think the church will start to get ahead significantly, especially because we are trying to communicate to people the most important message of eternity in and of itself.
Yeah, that's good. What do you think, Nick? And then we're going to go to Bats.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. And this is how I kind of approach my music, right? I've never wanted to try to impress Christians with my music, right? Because those aren't the people that need to hear what I'm saying. They already got, you know what I mean? It's like, if I want to impress Christians, I'll make worship music. So my way is, it's like going into the marketplace. You know what I mean? It's like going to the woman at the well. It's, you're going there, you're speaking to them how they will receive the message, because they're not going to receive it the same way a Christian would. So that's how I approach my music, and sure, sometimes I just make songs for fun. I make songs that I like. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
And I think as long as it's a balance, and it's crazy. There's people in my family who I'm married, and my wife's cousin's family. They're very wealthy. I never felt like I was, for years, I never felt like I was accepted over there. Right? They're very wealthy. They live in Richmond, $1 million home. All that, probably multi-million-dollar home. I'm talking like 2 dishwashers.
It's just obnoxious when you got 2 dishwashers. There's no reason for 2 dishwashers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I never felt like I was accepted. And just the other day, she texted me. She's got a family. She texted me and she said how proud she was of me. She says I'm a good leader for the home for Amanda and our son. And she's happy that like I'm an influence in her kids' lives. And all that based off of my music, based off of the music that I'm making. And that was like really like humbling for me.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. Let me bring in Bats, and then we're going to go back to the stream. Hopefully this is adding value to you guys. Go ahead, Bats. You're live with Nick.
Yeah. What's up, Nick? Yeah, I was watching from the YouTube, and let me mute this. I was watching from YouTube, and I just had to jump in here and ask you this question. So lately I've been doing like 2 to 3 songs a week with like 2 or 3 music videos I'm shooting myself. And where I find myself where I'm having complication is managing the workflow where I'm not overworking myself or creating healthy habits where it's just like, oh, this is what I need to do. And I know when I have to do it. So like, what did you change in your life to get to the point that you're at where you're like, you was dropping a song a week and things like that? So like, what habits did you change?
So I set the goal. So I set clear goals and I give them deadlines, right? So if your goal is 2 to 3 songs a week and it feels like it's overworking you, make it 1 or 2 songs a week. It's no pressure for that. Now, content is king. It's a volume game, right? The more at bats you get, the more chances you have to hit a home run. So thinking about it like that, it's always good. But if you notice that you're burning out, you notice that you're using the same lines, the same words, you're telling the same stories, I think it does get to a point where just sit back, rest, Rest is huge. Rest is something people overlook. I went hard. I did that year, music videos, single every, and then I took 2 months off, and then I dropped an album. So I took a break. It doesn't seem like I took a break because I still had all these demos that but I didn't really create for 2 months. But I had a back catalog of stuff that I had created that I could still release. I don't know if that answered your question, but
I mean, yeah, answer my question really just how I feel about it. And like, if it's too much for me, just know I sit back. Cause I have like a thing sometimes where I'm looking at everybody else working hard and I feel like I need to work harder. You know how that is, but yeah, I feel you on that, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Wow. That was good.
And you one of the hardest workers in here, baby.
Come on.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We got 2 of the hardest workers in here, Nick D and Bats. Come on, man. It's a dream case scenario, man. Yo, that was very dope, man. I think you guys make sure y'all go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I don't mean to seem rude, but I did want to just pop in for a little bit to at least hit a conversation. And of course, with hearing Nick make those comments, I at least wanted to give my 2 cents on the issue. But I'm gonna go ahead and depart for the evening, everyone.
All right.
Guys, we're gonna keep this stream going. This has been really cool. We got a few more submissions. Guys, make sure y'all check out Nick D. Make sure y'all check out Bats, man. These dudes is doing it on a whole nother level, man. Whole nother level. And it should be inspiring you guys to see young men of God with desires to share the goodness of Christ with people who are far from God. This should inspire all of us to figure out what our contribution is in the way we can use our time, talent, and treasure. So, Nick, thank you, man. I appreciate you being here, boss. Appreciate the sneak peek on the spoken word, which was fire. And it's just, I am Nick D, NICD on all platforms, correct?
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Appreciate you, boss.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man. All right, we got a few more submissions. I think we got Anthony left. Let me get him pinned up here in just a sec. You got a music video for us. I'm really trying not to take another pee break before the live stream's over. Let's see if I can make it work.
So Anthony, how has 2020 been for you?
What do you want? I can't breathe. Please,
Anthony?
Bro, get up, get in the car, man.
Anthony.
I will.
Get up, get in the car.
I can't move.
I've been waiting the whole.
Inhale, exhale. I've been through hell. Locked up, no bail. It's been a hell of a year for me. Inhale, exhale. I've had no help. Down bad, I fell. I hope somebody's praying for me. Every time I take a couple steps, I keep bending back up in my same mess. I feel like I don't got nothing left, yeah. I'm still at my worst, but not my best self, yeah. I don't know who I can really trust. Everybody wants something that I can't give. They don't see everything I've done. They can only see the things I'm failing in, for real. Inhale, exhale. I've been through hell. Locked up, no bail. It's been a hell of a year for me. Inhale, exhale.
Yo, Anthony, thank you for submitting this, boss. You've already submitted this before, so same feedback as last time. I think the mix needs work on this. This is a fire record, and I want to hear something fresh from you, man. I need some new music, bro. Because this joint is dope, but I need something fresh. And I think the video could. There's a couple shots where like the lens, I gotta wipe the lens down, and I didn't catch that the first time watching this. So. Just, attention to detail. All those little details matter. The lens, the lighting, the auto-tune, the mixing, all of it combines together. So that would be my feedback. And just get something fresh. Get something fresh to us, man. I need something new from you, boss, because your stuff is dope, but I want you to build on top of the feedback.
Usually I'll put out a song. I'll send you a song, let you listen to it. Then if I shoot a video, I'll let you look at the video of the song that I'll let you listen to. So maybe I need to switch it up. Let it breathe.
I want to hear like some demos that we can make better. You know what I'm saying? Like some demos that you can submit and we can build on top of. So hopefully that's helpful. But thank you for submitting, brother. We got Martin next up. I'm going to pin him up. We're going to jump right into it, Martin.
Yes, sir.
It's always been love bumping into my league. I know that life and death is on the tongue. I do what I can so it can be done. I do it again like the young Suleiman when I came to the 6 and the 6 I was young. Shawty, she called me Kunkani. I got an answer, I'm seeing on Johnny. I learned me the tongue of the ancient ancestor. I apply heat when it comes to the pressure. Too many mystery, who's gonna solve it? I went away like I'm Harriet Tubman. Couple of 20s, I need me my Thomas. I gotta water the 6 like my garden. Ale a dry, ale a goose, that's a la ba. Monte a o, ale a dry, ale a goose. Monte a o, kuka ni pilo lopi, aba, pilo lopi, lero, kuka ni pilo lopi, aba, pilo lopi, lero. I feel like Martin Luther, I'm a king. 2020, better give me my rings. Ringing the bell, let me left for the ring. So I knew she was right, it was never the same. Little homie, let me give you some game. Just learn to supply when you see the demand. Wisdom is sweet, learn to live up your pen. Just polish your gift, it was always your gem. Yeah, don't fake it, just keep it authentic. All of the BS we see through the gimmick. Just keep your values, don't keep it religious. Cause people gon' judge you, don't care for the cynics. Yeah, I thought I lost it for a minute. Practice the art of just minding your business. The people gon' tell you that everything's in it, but I see the future is just the beginning.
Yo, Martin, I mess with this record, bro. I mess with you first and foremost. Like, you as a rapper is dope. Who produced this? Did you produce this?
I did, man. I did.
Okay, so here's the deal. That harp or that Spanish guitar or whatever it is is way too loud and in my face. That joint just steals the whole show, and it just makes the whole thing feel a bit loopy and like monotonous. So a quick fix on this is tuck that thing and add a low pass filter on it when you're rapping. Cut out all the highs and you'll get that cool like Drake and 40 vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? And that way your vocal could be the main event, not a loop of a harp or of a guitar. So that would be my critique. Everything else I think is fine on this. Like your flow is dope, but the very first thing and then it also sounds like it's tuned slightly different than the 808s, which it's not like way off, but it is something feels a little off sonically, but it's not a big deal. But I think cutting off those highs will do the trick of one, vocal placement, and then two, something that whatever's happening in the tonal aspect can also get cleaned up with that.
I bet.
You're fire though, just so we're clear. Like you as a rapper is dope, and the fact that you produce this is also very impressive. So low pass is one of the oldest tricks in the book, bro. And by low pass, I mean literally cut everything above like 300. So it'll sound really like underwater and dope, and then push it up a little bit.
Okay, so for the harps specifically.
Yes, absolutely, for the harps. I think that'll instantly like make this song cleaner, make your vocal more present, and make it come alive in a whole nother way.
I got a question. There was a cat that was on here earlier. He was kind of sounded like a Weekend was busting, like when he went in when he was singing, and then when he was rapping also. Like my connection was really bad, so I wasn't able to hear the track and actually get his name.
Man, there's a lot of submissions, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It's been all a blur. So if I were you, I would just hit the rewind button, man. The stream will be left up just for the Patreon. So I would just hit the rewind and just like cruise back to it. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody sounding like The Weeknd. I mean, The Weeknd is like arguably one of the dopest singers of this generation. So I don't know if anybody up in here on some Weeknd vibes, but yeah, I would just pull it back.
The track was nice. The track was very nice. It was, my connection was bad. So like, I was like, man, every single part that I heard, I was like, oh my gosh, man, like this track is, I gotta connect with this cat.
Oh, maybe you're thinking about Kwame. Maybe you're thinking about Kwame.
There was he had a daughter that came into the
oh no, I'm thinking about someone else. Yeah, I would just rewind the stream. I just put a stream back. Where are you based out of, by the way, Martin? I'm curious.
I'm close to Boston right now.
Oh, okay, dope. My man Mike Mack's in Boston. You should reach out to Mike Mack.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a CHH Christian hip hop promoter out there. So, yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother. We're gonna keep this thing moving. We got a few more submissions. I'm going back to the folks that I skipped earlier. So I'm going to Bartholomew Jones and then OK Hip Hop. My man Bartholomew Jones, Coffee Black.
What's the number of the day? 5 today. Yeah, what we finna say? We gon' vibe today. What's the number of the day? I got 5 today. Yeah, what we finna say? We gon' vibe today. Vibe, 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 vibe. Ah, yeah, we gonna do it like this. Here we go. Wake up in the morning, then I pour up Chemex for my baby, need some more. But that didn't all up, cause I got a door up for her. She's so blessed, I be like Dora. I just tryna explore with you one time. Kids walk through the door, that's a lost chime. I just had to let you know that you're mine. Ain't nobody else, I'm thinking about it, just tryna catch a real vibe. Yeah, maybe we could align. Yeah, baby, I can't lie. Yeah, you just sitting in my mind. Yeah, I just wanna catch vibes with you. I catch a smile with you, man, I get the side of you. I catch the shine for you, I just need a sign of you. Been feeling better today. Okay, you're not. Let me turn on this track for you and say, let's catch a vibe. 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 Let's catch it. I'ma say you catch her. I said we catch her. I said she catch her. I think that he catch her. I said we catch her. I said you catch her. I said she catch her. I can see he catch her. He catching the vibe. Catching the vibe. Yeah.
Catching a vibe. Yo, this man. Bartholomew Jones, Coffee Black. Come on, man. This dude is incredible. So that's Bartholomew Jones. Coffee Black. We got my man OK Hip Hop. Turn your camera on, boss, when you're ready. We'll get to you. If not, I'm just gonna keep going through the folks I missed. Oh, there he is. OK Hip Hop. Yo, what's up, boss? How the mean New York streets treating you?
It's good. It's good. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Let's jump right into it. I love it. Let's jump right into it. Okay. Yeah, he mixing it up. Yeah. Come on. Woo! Yeah. Yo, this joint is fire, bro. This joint is nuts. I mess with it big time. My only critique on it, if I had to have one, I feel like you could have had a little more glue on the master bus, just so that kick was just a little juicier. But all in all, bro, I like you mixing it up like this. Like this is on some Weekend vibes to me. Like this is on some, like, you know what I'm saying, pop soul, like just totally different level, man. So I and that's the dope part about, like, when someone's a real, like, hip hop producer, because hip hop really infuses so many elements, soul, jazz, right? That someone like OK Hip Hop can jump into other genres, I feel like, more seamlessly than someone who is exclusively a pop producer. They'll have a harder time transitioning into doing what OK Hip Hop could do as like a boom bap producer, because hip hop incorporates so many different colors and textures, man. So I mess with it, bro. I mess with you, man. This is fire.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, man. Really good stuff. Very good, man. We got, I think, a few more submissions. We got Glenn Gatland. Drop this mug. What is we got here?
We have
Oh,
received the kingdom
yeah.
that cannot be shaken. Hallelujah. Listen. My kingdom can't be shaken. My feet on solid ground. I'm on a firm foundation. Only place that peace is found. No, your word abides forever. This world will fade away. I put my confidence in you. You are my hiding place. I look around me, I see nothing but perplexity. Corruption of the system, a destruction of integrity. All this pressure, I can't let it get the best of me. I gotta stay in perfect peace, headed for my destiny. Got a lot of things out of my control, but I got a king sleeping in the bottom of my boat, yeah. I ain't trying to pick a side up in Babylon. Just know the side of righteousness, the side that I'm standing on. I'm just trying to store my treasure in heaven. The Holy Spirit fills me up like a 7-Eleven. Glory to glory, cause it gets better and better. But without the blood of Messiah, you ain't getting to heaven. Listen, in this world, you gon' have some tribulation. Be of a good cheer, for Christ he is overcame. Headed for a new city where God is builder and maker. I pledge allegiance to the kingdom before I do any nation.
Yeah.
My kingdom can't be shaken. My feet on solid ground. I'm on a firm foundation. Only place that peace is found. Your word abides forever.
Yo, so that's Glenn Gatland. He just got his new setup, which I'm super excited for him. He's been killing it on TikTok, I believe. And so yeah, man, so he's been working on just getting something a little cleaner for his audio setup. And I'm super stoked for him, man. So check him out. He's actually very, very dope. And he just straight one take in these joints. And it'd be fire. So shout out to him. All right, we got the homie Juan Ayola. Wait, I didn't mean to put that there. Gosh darn it.
Hey, you butchered it, boy.
How you say your last name, man?
Ayala.
Ayala. Okay, here we
There
go.
you go. You got it the second time.
I got it the
Ayala.
second. Ayala. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get you going here. All right.
Experiencing vital doses of escapes to a dream. The continents of my desires developed into regimes. To fight the pride developing to encompass all of me and reestablish the principles that only comes from a vein. Revitalize my vital eyes to execute proper vision with precision. My perception induce a want to be risen up to levels of establishments that derive from the figments of my own broken decisions to then create the dimension that I flawed in its foundations. But surround growing nations, now more immune to the corrections. Only want to be flexing the illusions of their innocence, their justifications, losing faculties of salvation, swallowed by recognition. The decibels of laziness never reaches a limit, performing large arrays of comfort that converts into poison, disorienting ideologies that conform to rhythms of ringing maneuvers to escape reality for a token. The spoken truth that leads to death, the breath of sleeping ghosts, the best of harmonies express the stress that always seems to reach a sense of hampering all the regrets of being a child, never having the tools to even construct the denials. That's why God made dirt, but we made pain. God made dirt, but we made pain. God made dirt, but we made pain.
Yo, Juan, I like this a lot, man. I think you got to turn your lead vocal up and then punch. It definitely sounded like you were running out of breath on a couple parts. So turn that lead up a little bit and give me some more punches to get that cleaner tone. But I don't know if he's still here or not. I think he bounced. But
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so turn the vocal up and punch, man, because I can literally hear you running out of breath on a couple parts.
Are you talking about overall or a specific part?
Like you should punch as frequently as possible, like at least every 4 to 8 bars. But there were specific parts. I don't want to come back to them, but there were specific parts where you were definitely like out of breath.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, but all in all, man, it's definitely an improvement and a step in the right direction. I feel like your stuff is consistent.
Yeah, I punched several times, but
Yeah.
like you said, I gotta punch more frequently.
Yeah, man. It may feel unnatural at first, but it'll suit you better in the long term, I believe.
Got you. And then for the chorus, like I made that because I had this tendency of making that double voice
Mm-hmm.
with more frequent. But in this song specifically, I focused that to only be on the chorus, which is pretty much tips that I'm slowly learning from you.
Got you.
And I'm applying it.
I love it, man. Thank you for applying it, bro. Good stuff. Guys, that's Juan. We got the homie I Am Rescued with a new one. And I think we got like one more submission. All right, so let's go into the I Am Rescued. Has been killing it lately.
Heartbreak. I think I'm addicted to the heartbreak. I think I'm addicted to the heartbreak.
Sheesh.
Every time you look my way, my heart aches. Oh God, you should be down, should be down in cold blood. You should be down, should be down in cold blood. You should be down, should be down in cold blood.
Wow.
When I am lost on my own, I cry. Try to fight this feeling I feel inside. When I am lost on my own, I cry. I think I'm addicted to the heartbreak. I think I'm addicted to the heartbreak. Every time you look my way, my heart
Wow. That Shoot Me Down sample was fire, man. I Am Rescue, ladies and gentlemen. Follow this man on all platforms. I'm telling you, one of my favorites. Not all the music that we review here is Christian, but a lot of it is, to answer your question. All right, we got Israel Perez. He said started at 17 seconds.
Put the city on my back like a real one. Put the team in the front cause I love him. Put the king on top cause he show up whenever I call him. If you ain't the type to ball, the money don't mean nothing at all. Just make some things a little easy. And I ain't the type to take a freebie. It's only head nods when they see me, and I'm just laughing, still they wanna tease me. Tim ducking off the backboard easy. Clark Duncan rather kill me than free me. And I'm taking more steps than ever. Young Kareem taking more shots than ever. The only way that we could get better, if now we just wither and forever remain bitter. All I want to be the one to show love. All I want, one of the few to forgive and give more grace.
Yeah. I really like the auto-tune there. So I feel like the auto-tune in the hook and the way the vocal sound is in the hook is fire, but then the way the vocal sounds in a verse just sounds like it needs some better tuning and some better pitch correction, and it feels a bit nasally and kind of unfinished in my opinion. I don't know if I'm getting it right. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just feel like it just needs work from the takes of the verse just need to be re-recorded in my opinion. The way the vocoder was on the hook was fire though. All right, we got the homie G.I. Soul, little Fan Love Friday freestyle. I'll be back tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff we got to cover tomorrow that I am extremely excited about. And so if you're here, guys, consider subscribing. It would actually mean a lot to me if you did that. And yeah, consider subscribing. Consider becoming a Patreon member and partnering with us here. And we're going to get out of here with a freestyle. This is produced by my man G.I. Soul. Let me know how the levels sound. Check. How the levels sound. It's a beatbox. Yeah, it's a beatbox. Yeah, it's a beatbox on a Fan Love Friday. Beatbox, yeah, on the Fan Love Friday. It's a beatbox Fan Love Friday. Did the levels sound good? It's a Fan Love Friday. Yo, shout out to K-Dub in the live stream. He don't understand what do I mean. I am not high, need no Visine. We keep it on and it's my team. It's the every single day Fan Love Friday. How we spray ricochet, you know they don't wanna play me. It don't really matter cause they always tryna slay me. It don't really matter cause you know I'm finna pray to the JC. Christ on the cross and you know that we chasing his will, his dream, his way. Every day I'ma read the word and you know that I'ma spray. K-Dub asked me earlier if I go to a white church or a black church. Barrier, listen, my pastor white, his wife is black. It's interracial, yeah, I like it like that. But it don't really matter if the doctrine on. I'ma keep it moving as I'm splicing strong. Pentecostals of Alexandria. I don't know what that means, I'm stamina. New flow, new day, you know I say what I came to. Yes, they don't wanna hear me, I might change you. Fresh, they don't wanna hear me, I might reign through. Yes, every single day I wake up, I'm blessed. Every single day I wake up, not stressed. Go on a walk for the vitamin D. When you see me on my team, the vitamins scream. Sheesh, I don't really care. share what they see. Me, I'ma come down, best believe. I'ma feel what I feel. And if I gotta repent, I keep it real. Yes, I gotta repent, I keep it real. Yes, I gotta repent for seeking thrills. What? Meaning that I just be a heathen in my own mind, but I'm a European when I do shine every single day, screaming when I do climb off the beat, scheming. Yeah, like that. Subscribing on the beat. Oh yes, right back. The homegirl Janae or Janella is what I meant to say, and you know I'm that fella. I add a mozzarella to my cheese, but I'm like day 8. What I'm trying to say is I ain't had no treat meals. I don't need no cheap thrills. So I don't need no cheap meals. I don't need no cheap thrills. What? Y'all ain't really feel it though. Keep it moving and you know Ruslan, I'm steady killing folk. With the freestyle off the top, you know I'm killing mo. Every single mic, grab the mic, you know I'm illin' roll. Yes, fresh, said it once again as I'm blessed. Yes, bring it back around. The Wi-Fi's bad, turning up the sound. I don't understand what that means, but what do I do is you should join the Patreon team, the Patreon gang. $4.99, that's like a Starbucks thing. You could cut out one a month and do this thing. Yeah, that's a promo. I do it so sick and you know I'm about to blow mo. Ruslan the man, G, I saw on the beat. I said it once again and you know it's not sweet. I said it once again, beatbox, move your feet. We do it every day and you know I just speak. Lost Lynn gon' get put in timeout. But it don't really matter cause she's spamming and you know we all out. Yeah. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fan Love Friday, another one in the books. Thank you guys for being here. Shout out to my man G.I. Soul. Always providing the tunes. Always providing the grooves. I should just go into a spoken word poem because I can, and this is what I do. As the beat is going out, I got about 8 seconds to let you know that it's true. I was on a slam team too. Y'all ain't know that though. Yo, I appreciate you guys, man. This was so much fun. Thank you guys so much. Hey, if you want to partner with what we're doing, it's pinned up. You can sign up for the $4.99 tier, not the $40.99 tier. That'd be wild. The $4.99 tier, partner with what we're doing. Keep the lights on, all that good stuff. We got a lot of stuff in the mix. I will be back tomorrow. There's actually a lot of stuff to talk about tomorrow. I may get into Luke chapter 4, or actually I gotta finish Luke chapter 3. We shall see. But yo, shout out, welcome all the new people. Hit the subscribe button. If you got a question for me, you could always send me a DM on Instagram. I really do my best to get back to people. And yeah, thank you guys, man. Love you guys. Peace. Oh, this is, by the way, this is my song right here, Fireside Chat that I'm gonna play for you. It's on Spotify, Apple Music. All right. Joshua the King came down and bore it all. Yeah. Conversations front of the fireplace. All of my mistakes, how do I erase? Wanna operate at a higher pace. Birth pains causing the body to dilate. On a first name basis with the worst pain facing. Moments in isolation. See, I was hoping I would do this to get more family time. A busy mind and worried heart is just not where I reside. I subscribed that all that traveling wasn't doing well for my soul. Glad I never made it when my name went through the rumor mill. I suppose that the Lord knows I'd have failed. Instead, I'm doing well at home, out my shell. Good book off the shelf, more dubs off the L's. I told Ray they ain't just gon' know us, they gon' know us well. Happy to have felt my way to success. With my family by my side, Lord knows what's next. Joshua the King came down and bore it all. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. But I know what's off, never noticed y'all. Hit a protocol, need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, I need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, we need an overhaul. Joshua the King came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. Joshua the King came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. All that
Drama and hysteria should die down. If there's nothing nice to say, then baby, pipe down. Life is too short to try and pay the price now. I was walking on water and then I wiped out. So this is for the restoration of every family member that's estranged. I know you're facing the same asymptomatic patient, different virus. Hard to tell somebody they sick when they only deny it. And you confide in something personal, but they think you lying. With friends like these who need enemies, I wish I was lying. Nevertheless, I wanna be more and you less trying. Until the Lord comes back and takes his people back to Zion. Yahshua the King came down and bore it all. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. But I know what's off, never noticed y'all. Hit a protocol, need an overhaul. Need to know